Hi everybody, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, that's still the morning voice Miri. Good morning. Oh, good morning. I just took a shower a little bit ago. It feels very weird to be up late on a Monday. I feel like this is the only time that I've really, like, unless I'm streaming, I feel like I usually try to take the chance to sleep in, but it is really good to see you guys. Good morning, good morning. I'm still kind of tired, so I'm so sorry if my energy is a little bit low-key. I'm sure that's gonna low-continually change by the end of the stream. But hi, how are you guys doing? I'm so sorry that last week I had canceled stream last minute. To be honest, like, afterwards I didn't even rest after. I guess maybe you can kind of call it rest, but after I decided to cancel stream, I ended up going on this huge feud of just like cleaning my house. If you didn't know, like, whenever I get really anxious, because I feel really bad, I get so much anxiety by canceling or even pushing bad stream, like pushing, oh, Breaking Bad? Oh my gosh. Oh wait, that's right, I didn't take my meds yet, my sorry. I feel really bad when I push back stream, so I absolutely like get really anxious, and so I've started cleaning instead of like actually resting, sleeping. But I feel better this time because I was able to get some good sleep, some good rest. I've been watching this series called Lisa on what's that room? The what room? The not disaster room. You're breaking me apart, Lisa. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Not that one. Early Dragon. It's a good early Drago morning. Good morning, Hans. Good morning, Kiwi. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. But yes, I ended up cleaning a lot because the reason I was feeling like the back rooms? No, I don't think I'll ever be ready for the back rooms. I remember playing like a modded version of a game that had like a back rooms level, and I was like, I don't think I would ever survive in the back rooms. I think whatever like SCP is in there, I'm the first one gone as the POC person too. Panic Mayhaps? I don't know anything other than that. Maybe it is. It's like, what's that show? It's Tommy Wiseau. I know that I know this. The Room? Is it The Room? Yeah, The Room. I remember watching The Room. It's so crazy. It feels like a trip. I can't believe that movie exists. Like, how does it exist? Hold on, let me grab my pill. Wait. There we go. Annyeong. I'm not used to waking up this early in the morning, so I feel so, like, uncanny valley. Like, so, like, who is this Miri? This Miri should be in bed! Face down in a pillow. I can't wait for the exit to disappear when I go to watch the back rooms. Are you trying to get into the amazing digital circus? There is no exit. It's all in your imagination. It's all in your head. What exit? You never saw an exit. That type of thing, you know? I actually haven't seen the amazing digital circus ending yet. I really want to see it. I know they had it in movie theaters and they're withdrawing it now from movie theaters. But I really want to watch it. I hope they don't, like, I hope they post it on YouTube if they haven't already. I have been a little bit out of touch with, like, media lately, so I think, what's the newest media I've watched lately? I really can't picture it out. The one that I really want to watch that my friend has been sending suspicious links to me for that I didn't hear, see, nor say nothing is, like, the Avatar movie, right? There's, like, an Avatar animated thing that's been going around. I remember wondering if this was actually a legitimate thing because I saw, like, Zuko was like, what? He's actually handsome, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's hot. Something. Something bisexual panic. And I was like, oh, I need to watch this. Even if it's like a parody, I need to watch this. Cheers. Wait, let me take this drink real quick. Make sure you hydrate. Cheers. So I don't usually drink coffee in the morning, so I'm a little bit out of it, but this is it's like a sparkling water, but it has caffeine in it. And it claims to have like a whole cup of coffee's worth of caffeine. And I know that I said this story before, but I used to be very not sensitive to caffeine. Now I'm like oversensitive to caffeine. So I'm gonna probably start talking fast real quick here, and my hands are probably gonna stutter, which means that drawing's gonna be great today. Speaking of drawing, My brain's all over the place, my bad. Speaking of drawing, today I was planning to do some arts because I have projects I need to catch up on. Not out here yet. Oh, wait, when is Digital Circus, the ending, supposed to happen? The Amazing Digital Circus, because I know now they're focusing on the new series Game Oververse with Rubber Ross. Is it this one? The Amazing Digital Circus has I think that's not the last one, is it? They have the trailer finale out, but they don't have the actual finale out yet, it looks like. Oh, I didn't even realize they put out something for murder drones on their channel too. Fitting in at school? I could never. You know the Jackbox Games logo? I don't know the Jackbox Games logo. Wait, what? Let me see. Let me pull it up on Steam. I haven't actually played Jackbox in so long because it requires you to have friends to play. Let me see. Jackbox. Jackbox Party Pack. Enjoy it? Is it? Is it the 11? Jackbox Games. Wait, I'm confused. Jackbox Games logo. Oh my gosh. Okay, I get it now. I get it. 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 Bro. I wonder, do you think someone could spit shine that? They have people who like spit shine shoes, right? Do you think that people could spit shine the... I mean, if they could toss a loogie in the air and catch it with their head, do you think that they could spit shine their head? Invasive thoughts in the morning, my bad. This is the kind of morning mirror you get. I get all over the place in the morning. This is why you can't have me up in the morning. You need me at least like moderately caffeinated, moderately awake, and moderately like in her head. Yes, I am gonna be doing some arts because I have projects I'm trying to catch up on. I know that I was gonna talk about this last week because I talked about it on Twitter, or not Twitter, Twitch, but not on YouTube. Because I was gonna talk about whether I should change my content over. I know the general consensus when you talk about this type of stuff with people is like, yeah, do what you want, do what you like feel like doing, blah, 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 blah. I know like it's great to be supportive and all that stuff, and I definitely appreciate that. The people who want to watch me for me will be here, but I know there's a lot of people who I genuinely enjoy some of the games that I select to play, like, you know, my roguelikes like Binding of Isaac, Cult of the Lamb, Hollow Knight, things like that, Hades. They watch me for like specific things, so I feel bad if I suddenly gear my channel a completely separate direction. But that's like something I plan to go forward with. Maybe I can talk about it tomorrow or later. No, because tonight I'm gonna be going on Twitch. So it's probably not the best tonight, but maybe Thursday? I don't know. I want to make sure I get a chance to talk to YouTube community people too, because I feel like more geared towards the YouTube community more than my Twitch community. Because I feel like my Twitch community is probably going to be mainly variety or roguelike content, but as far as YouTube community-wise, I really am thinking about changing over to NIKKE content. That's why right now I'm going to be working on art for a NIKKE project that I'm working on behind the scenes, so you guys will get some sneak peeks into that. Otherwise, the rest of this week, I wanted to share because I am doing way more than I usually do in a week, so I didn't even say Happy Memorial Day, guys. Happy Memorial Day. I think for this week, I was trying to do high stim games. These are my games that I, for some reason, could watch on loop for hours and hours and hours. I've probably watched or played a lot of, like, I've played or watched a lot of Isaac. I watched a lot of Lazy Matman. I've watched Northern Lion. I've watched Chaos. I've watched Vicfist. I've watched so much Isaac content creators that it's like insane. Plus I play a lot of Isaac myself. Maybe not a lot of people here. That's okay. I'm here to hang out and chill, and it is the morning, so I'm happy to just hang out, work out, and chill out with you guys. So that's all good and stuff like that. So I don't mind if there's not like a lot of people, or if there's just a few people who want to tune in, or if there's people who want to be VOD gang and chill out later, you know? I understood like this was an early morning stream, so I was like, you know, it's okay. It'll help give me some motivation to get up and do some work and hang out with people, work together type of stream. And I enjoy those type of streams too. Monday mood, I guess, people at work and such. I forget that people work on Mondays, mostly because like America Central, my brain. A lot of places are closed in America for Memorial Day, but otherwise, like, I wanted to take advantage of the time to also just, you know, I wanted to do a couple more streams since last week I cut some streams, and I know that upcoming I may have to, like, chill out on streams this upcoming month because of how busy it is. Surprise, surprise, I actually have family visiting next week, last minute, so I don't know how much I'll be able to stream next week either. But as you guys know, I have family, I have, Father's Day coming up, things like that. So there's gonna be some times that I won't be able to stream as much in June, which is why I wanted to make sure that I did squeeze a couple more extra streams in this week before the month ends. So we have, today is gonna be art, my TT Star NIKKE project for the AMs, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then later tonight we'll have our usual Twitch stream at 5 p.m. EST doing some Isaac. I have certain Stim games that I am in love with for some reason or another. I've watched the same guy, like same two guys, maybe three, play this other game, House for Alessa, to the point that I could even repeat some of the things word for word they say in their own playthrough for this game. House for Alessa, I don't know what it is about this game, but it's so bad. It's like watching a bad movie where you know everything bad is gonna happen and you're just like, come on, guys. Like, why'd you trip on that obvious pebble there? Something like that, you know? It's a whole car crash situation that you can't turn your head from. And I love that about this game. That's why I've never played it myself. I'm gonna play it for myself for the first time tomorrow, House for Alessa. It does have 4 games, and I must say, like, I'm gonna keep it at its prime probably and stick with the first or second game at the most. High key, low key, high key. I think that it kind of falls off after the second game, but I think it has a certain motif going on, and I do think it's really funny if you don't take it super seriously. Remember how I say, why does every game have babies and kids and all this other stuff? Thursday we're gonna play kindergarten, and I'm going back to kindergarten, and we're gonna do some unholy things in the unholy violent ways. It is a really fun game that is not so wholesome. There's a lot of fucked up things that happen at that school, but what school doesn't have fucked up things that happen? So we're gonna see what happens at a kindergarten on Monday. That's gonna be Thursday, but in the game it would be Monday. So that's gonna be on Thursday. Can you imagine? I kind of wish that I could hold off until all the kindergarten games are done, because spoiler alert, each of the kindergarten games are for each day of the week. So this kindergarten 1 game that I'm playing on Thursday is gonna be starting on Monday, like in game. And then kindergarten 2 is on Tuesday, kindergarten 3 is on Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure that's how it keeps going, but I don't have kindergarten 4, 5 plus yet. So it would be really cool if they ever came out with all of the games, and then I could just play it for each day of the week, but that's not gonna happen because I want to share that with you on Thursday. So that's what's gonna happen Thursday. You'll find out more about that game then. This is gonna be my high stim week. All the games that I watch till the late hours of the morning. All the games that when people sleep over, they don't even know the game, but they can repeat some of the words of the game. That's how often I play these games or have watched Let's Plays of these games. Yeah, that's gonna happen this week. But for now, let's go ahead and we're gonna pop into our drawing chat, and I'm gonna get started on the project. You can get like a little sneak preview, and I can tell you a little bit about what's going on. Ready? You are low-key background noise for me right now. Can't focus very well. I'm sleepy even though it's only 4 p.m. It's only 4 p.m.? Really? I feel like it's like I don't know why. It feels like it's much earlier or much later in the day. I don't know how it could be both, but it does feel like both. Also, why am I like chin tight to my desk? Hold on, let me move back a little bit. I just, you know, when you're so sleepy that you're falling off, you're sleeping onto your desk, your head is slowly going down onto your desk. Oh my god, what if my drink was able to be like... If I could be like Alice and control how like small big I am, that would be the key to like eternal hunger, right? Like, no, like solve hunger, world hunger, something. I'm hungry. Let me put this away. I guess I'll just put it away. I was just gonna have it small, but I guess this is fine. All right, put my little drawing desk here. Should I get a drink here? Yeah, I think I should put a drink here. 3 p.m. here, but it's nearly 30 Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit here, and I'm slowly roasting alive. No, you don't understand. Last week, it was like back and forth between almost 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like, let me see, 100 Fahrenheit to Celsius. It was almost 38 degrees Celsius, and then on other times it was like almost 15, 16 degrees Celsius. That's like how much it was ranging throughout the past week. Not even the past week, the past month. I swear I'm getting sick partially because of that. Hi, Jared. Hi. Welcome, welcome. I can't believe people keep me as background noise because I feel like the way that I talk is so back and forth between like, hi guys, how are you doing? I'm so tired, blah, blah, blah. So, hi! I feel like I'm like on that verge of being able to bust out your eardrums, but people are like, yeah, I love that. Yippee! What should I have for food on my desk? You know what? I feel like I'm super happy with just like a teacup. Wait, pop this on my desk here. We all need to drink some tea. Even though I don't have tea, right now I mostly just have water. I have water. Let me see. Okay. But yeah, this is... So if you guys don't know, reminds me to hydrate. Yeah, be sure to hydrate! Don't be like my clumsy self and tip it over though. I actually cleaned my desk off a little bit ago. I was talking about it actually earlier. I keep going off on random tangents because this is how my brain works in the morning until I become slightly functional. Cheers, Gunbabe. Have a drink first. I felt really bad canceling last week because I notoriously, like, with any kind of appointment, I like to show up like 15 minutes early-ish. Like, if I'm going to meet up with friends, it's always 15 minutes early. If I'm gonna go to an interview, I have to be early. I don't like to be late for anything. So when I realized that I had to cancel, I actually was like, oh my god. And when I get like that, I have to clean. Which I guess is the least destructive way of handling stuff. You know why? Because I felt so dirty, not just because I hadn't showered yet, and I was like, maybe if I feel like it, I'll shower after stream, because I actually felt stinky. But it was because, like, I was drawing that day, and then as I sat in my desk, I noticed something that looked like a chocolate shaving on the ground. And let me tell you, it was not a chocolate shaving. It was like, you know how they have those like big chocolate balls that have like something hidden on the inside? It looked like I cracked open like one of those and it was like a giant shard on the ground. And when I looked closer, it was not chocolate, in fact. Because I was like, I haven't had chocolate in a hot minute. What do you mean there's chocolate on the ground? I was like, you know, maybe it's the... Love the thumbnail. Thank you! Thank you! Maybe it's, because I went to the Cheesecake Factory the other day and I brought home cheesecake. And even though I didn't have it that day, I had it like the night before, I think. It was like a chocolate mousse cheesecake. So I was like, oh, maybe there's chocolate shaving on that. But let me tell you, it was like a big shred of chocolate that I thought was on the ground. It was not chocolate. It was, in fact... God, it's so gross when I think about it now, too. It was not chocolate. It was a fucking cockroach. And it was, like, as big as my thumb. And I hated it. it wasn't moving or anything, but it, like, my foot was on the ground, and then right next to my foot, like, for a while, because I don't know, in my mind I was like, I'll pick it up later. For a while, that chocolate shaving was just chilling there, so I was like, it's not moving, it's probably not alive. No, it was alive. It was very alive, and it was very not something that I wanted near me. It was a cockroach, and it was about as big as my thumb, and I was scared shitless, and then I felt like I needed to clean because I was like, why is it so dirty then? I didn't even think I was living so dirty. Like, I thought my room was clean enough and all this other stuff, so I was like, okay. I put it under a cake pan because I couldn't think about it at the time. I was like, I really can't deal with this right now. I went to the kitchen and I got one of those, like, you know, cake covers, the plastic cake covers that you can see through. I specifically wanted it to be see-through so that I can see if it moved. And the problem with that was, like, yes, I could see that it moved. That was the issue. I put it under the cake tin. The cake tin stayed right next to me. I could look down and see the chocolate shaving that wasn't a chocolate shaving, and I sat with that for hours because I'm really bad at taking care of, like, bugs and stuff. Like, I'm by no means a pacifist as much as I would like to be. But I try my best to wait it out and see if I get a little brave, and usually the answer is no, but I try, you know? I was not, in fact, brave. That cockroach did not stay alive very long, but I did try. Because I saw the cockroach, I started to feel just really gross, and so that's why I was like, I'm gonna be cleaning today. I wanted to just lay there for a second and be like, yeah, this did happen, but after knowing that it was there, it's one of those feelings of like, I need to do something about this right now. I've never had my ass kicked so fast to be like, yeah, you need to take care of this ASAP. I like this pen, but I feel like I always press down way too hard. To compensate for that, I usually try to go for a lower pen brush thing, just to make sure that I don't go too hard to him. I like fine, delicate lines, but I'm very much not a fine, delicate woman myself. Let me see. But it's just this line art sketch, so it should be okay. Yeah, so I ended up cleaning that whole night. I didn't stream, but I also didn't rest, which is probably not the best idea, but I really wanted to do something that did take care of myself. And I feel like at that moment, cleaning was like the best thing to do to help myself, to take care of myself. Something about cleaning can be very therapeutic too. I went through like everything. My shelves have never seen the light of day for a long time. I literally like... I have a set of like white shelves from IKEA, and I put this together at my old apartment, where my apartment was smaller then, so I could clean up a little bit more easily, like more frequently. But now that I'm at this apartment, it's a little it's a little bigger than my last apartment, so it's because of that I hadn't really noticed how dirty things get. So I took down all of the books on my bookshelf and decided I was going to clean my bookshelf today. I was going to dust it off. Today was the day. So when I went to go dust off my bookshelf, I didn't realize, but my bookshelf was not white anymore. I swiped my finger across the top. Not my finger even. Did I? I can't even remember if it was my finger, but I remember swiping with either my finger or a paper towel. And it went from like as gray as my hair to like stark white. It was like going to light mode. I flashed myself with light mode in real life. It was kind of wild. I didn't know that shelves could get that dirty. I was thinking about this too. Like, how does it get so dirty when like how does dust settle like that? Because I don't get dusty. I move around and stuff, I get that, but it's like, how do things get dusty to the point that they turn a different color? Like, how does dust settle? When does that happen? And how long does it take to happen? How long did it take my shelf to turn from stark white to doo-doo gray? I think about this all the time, stuff like this all the time. I don't know if it makes sense in your mind, but it just, neither does my brain, so it doesn't matter, I guess. it all is the same to me at the end of the day. I just get really confused sometimes because I'm really confused how quickly things can be like really clean to really dirty. Or maybe it's because I just don't take as much time as I did before to clean. Wait. I guess I don't realize because work gets so busy nowadays. With work, I'm just kind of like, I work and then it's time to play games. Everybody needs like that decompression time, right? That's like my decompress time. Being able to stream, play games is my decompression time. But then I also forget to take care of some of the other stuff that takes care of me too. Blah, blah, blah. Let me see. I've been trying to do a little bit of different of a process for doing my line art. Usually I do a vector layer, but I'm doing just regular layering here. We'll see. This project is actually because of like the whole I really like NIKKE right now thing, and I really want to try maybe gearing my content towards that because it is a game that's very loved by me. I was trying to pull actually recently. When I wasn't feeling good, I did go out and do some more cleaning. I got my laundry done at a laundromat, and at the laundromat, I was trying to pull SSRs because I have to wait, you know? Laundromat takes a while to get things done. So I was waiting, and while I was waiting, I did some NIKKE stuff. I was doing my dailies, and I happened to get like... Maybe I should do my laundry more often. Maybe this is a sign I should clean more often because I pulled so many rare gacha characters at that time, even ones that I needed. I only have like one thing I'm missing now, one character I'm missing, which kind of shows how addicted I am to this game, maybe. I call it devotion. I call it devotion. Let me see. But this game just had its, was it 3-year anniversary? Something like that? I can't believe that this game is actually that old, because I remember seeing ads for this game and being like, yeah, I'm never playing that game. When it first came out, I regret that so much now because the game is actually so good. I was talking to a friend, Sid of the North, because he's never played the game. I might have said this before, so I'm sorry if I'm like repeating myself, but he's someone who's never played the game for the same reason that I didn't before, which is that like it's a very I get that it kind of comes off as an eroge game, like it does have like those sexy elements. He basically was like, it's that ass jiggle game, and I'm like, I know, but no, but yes, but no. It has like those elements in it, but it's not like the, well, it kind of is a core focus, I guess, but it's not like the main draw. Well, maybe it is the main draw. Maybe I'm not helping my case here, but there's so much more to it than just the physics of the game. And that's why, like, I really feel like it'd be really cool to share that with more people. I would really love to see more people play NIKKE because its story is incredible. I think the best thing about any, like, even when I was getting into VTubers, the thing that I was always really impressed by was the storytelling that people could do with their characters, which is why I really thought long and hard about Miri for a long time. In fact, Miri was almost not a dragon. You guys don't know that phase of Miri, but Miri used to be like... I had so many phases of Miri. I think the first iteration was like either a fox or a tiger. Hi, Shagan! Welcome, welcome! Hi! Welcome, welcome! I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. I'm very bad at pronunciation. I feel like that's a cop-out answer for a lot of people, but that's just like, it is what it is, you know? I haven't had the English in so long. I remember watching a guy named Therm. I usually watched him for actually Isaac too lately. I've been watching him for Isaac lately. Speaking of like my Stim games, I've been watching him for Isaac lately, and I was thinking about how like, yeah, after streaming, I haven't really had to like, what do you call it? Not problem solve. I haven't had to have time where I have to get certain words right. I think I'm going to use the symmetry tool here. I was going to try to just freehand it, but I'm not really feeling the freehand. Let's see. Let's go. Ack. This is when drawing a straight line is hard when you're not very straight yourself. That should be good. Yeah. I remember talking, like watching him talk about how he started his YouTube journey, and he was in college when he first started. And by the time that I started, doing streaming, it was like I just got off of like my last job and was getting into this job. I do a lot of like critical thinking stuff, which I don't really have to do as much now. But after like finishing off college and just doing streaming for him, he was talking about how his vocab and things that he talked about were so much different. It was so different from when he first started his Isaac series. He had so much to talk about and things that were like more complex, I guess, in subject matter, he said, when he first started streaming Isaac, that by the time he got to his most recent upload, he was like, oh, damn. Yeah, the type of stuff I talk about has really devolved since then. It's like, I feel that. Hi, Utsuro! Hi! Welcome! Good morning! Good morning, good morning. Yeah, it's an early morning Miwi stream. Who is that? Who is she? Chat box broken? Is it? Oh no! Thank you, thank you. Let me fix that here. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Wow. I always seem to break chat. I always say I'm not good with technology. It's not my fault. You guys are very fragile. I feel like if I was a delivery driver, you know, like an Amazon or Uber Eats or something like that, I would get fired so quickly. I feel like as much as I hate when people are the type of people to like just toss shit around, I would be so panicked to get my deliveries done in time that I think I would yeet it down the closest staircase. If you were on like floor 0 and I'm coming from floor 1, your room, if I could see it from floor 0, I'm just yeeting that shit. I have places to be. I have things to do. My scuff of the day. Damn it. One day I'm not going to have scuff and you guys are going to be so impressed and I'll add it to my non-scuff counter. I feel like a non-scuff counter would be kind of crazy. It would kind of go hard though. It would keep me accountable to checklist stuff. There we go. Yeah. There we go. But yeah, I'm super excited about doing an early morning stream. Not really exactly, but yes, because I do get to get out of bed and make sure I do something for today. Sometimes, you know, you just want to have your lazy days. I feel like that's especially common during holidays, which it's a holiday for me today. So I don't really do a lot on my holidays just to, you know, relax and stuff like that. But sometimes I feel like holidays are like the best days to take advantage of, especially if you're not doing anything, for doing like getting your stuff done. That's why I am kind of happy I scheduled for something in the morning. Granted, I still scheduled it for later in the day, so I still had some time to sleep in. So it's not like I have to sacrifice everything. I think I have this mentality of it's all or nothing a lot of times, so I struggle a little bit with like getting time for rest or time to like work. Like the balance. I struggle with balancing. Everything is all or nothing, baby. If it's not 0, it's 100. Is there a way to make it right down the middle of the canvas? There actually is. I was actually studying this because of this piece. I didn't talk about this, but this is actually my other project I'm working on. I'm working on making my own tarot deck, but NIKKE themed, which is another thing why I was like, it'd be really cool to pivot my content towards NIKKE. But if you're trying to make a symmetrical ruler, I think the easiest way is to adjust your ruler settings here. So if you, oh shoot, you can't even see that, my bad. But there's a, let me adjust my view here real quick. Clip. So you can see my ruler up there, right? Like the little guideline ticks. So to get that, you would go to, let me see, view, and you would select the ruler bar. And then if you go into grid ruler bar settings, you can set the start point of the grid ruler bar to the center. And I'm pretty sure then you can see the 0 mark in the middle of your image. Like from the top. Because mine, like this image goes from, let's see. I guess if you consider this negative, it goes from negative 1250 to positive 1250, and it'll have the tick mark in the center for 0. You can pretty much just put the symmetry tool like just pop it at the center line. So you have like a guide for where the center is. That's how I kind of worked it around. Like there's no automatic, I suppose, but you can use that as a way to guide you a little bit more easily towards the center. Yeah. This is actually a piece I'm super proud with. I just finished line arting the one character. I'm trying to figure out the second character. This is like an asset here that I plan to use for the center balance for justice. The justice card. Yippee! Thank you for the head pet. Thank you. Okay. Wait, did my streamer bot not work? Hold on. I want to see if this does work. Is it head pet? Oh yay! Yippee! Blah 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 blah. Ha ba 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 ba. Sometimes you gotta be your own advocate and give yourself a head pat. That's also fine and dandy. I think a lot of people misunderstand like the power of being, or not misunderstand, undervalue? What do you call it? Like I think people undervalue the ability to self-appreciate things you've done. It's so easy to point out the flaws in your things and stuff like that. I'm definitely very guilty of this. But I think once you're able to be proud of some of the things you've done, it makes it easier to go beyond what you wanted, like what you thought you could do. I think because it alleviates a lot of the pressure that you put yourself under. And I do that a lot. I was raised in a household to be very like perfectionist-ish, which still plagues me today. I still like to be as good as I can be at something, but I try not to let it stop me from doing things that I enjoy. So like art for a long time. I stopped doing art at some point because I wasn't happy with anything I was making. But then when I looked back, it's the same thing as like, I remember going through my old sketchbooks. And I remember seeing like these sketchbooks from when I was in middle or elementary or high school, like all around that age. I got rid of those sketchbooks by now, but I'm really sad that I did because actually, even though I couldn't technically execute them the way that I wanted, when I was looking at the ideas and things like that, now that I'm able to execute them a little bit closer to what I wanted to at that age, it's like, I wish I kept them so that I could keep the ideas. I don't realize how good my ideas are, even if I can't technically execute them until I get to a place where I can, you know? Half-assing to get something out, that art trend of make it exist first and make it good later. Exactly. And make it good later can be like next week, next day, next hour, but it could also be like in your formative years or in your like later years, you know? I think a lot of people set a timeline for themselves and there's not really like a set timeline. I remember seeing, I watched these daily dose of internet videos, you know? And there was a video of Shaquille O'Neal, like Shaq, getting his diploma or something. And I was like, yeah, you know, anybody can do anything at any age. It just depends on when, your drive, stuff like that. And I think that's really cool, you know? That's why I think that I want to keep going with art, and having these projects makes it easier to keep going. I think especially if you plan it with friends, it makes it a lot easier to keep going. This is a project that I've been planning for a few weeks. Well, I haven't been planning. Someone invited me to this project, and it's been a few weeks since we decided to do this project. We wanted initially to get this project done in 2 weeks, which was a very, it was a very ambitious goal, but it was something that I was like, all right, you know, I'll do my best. But because it was an ambitious goal, it did push me to get some more done in a limited time that I otherwise wouldn't have, you know? And I think it's important to like get involved, put yourself out there. If there's something you want to do, try it, do it. Even if you don't succeed, that doesn't mean you won't succeed ever. And I think that's something I tend to forget. There's a lot of things that I feel like as an adult are very time sensitive, or like things that I'm like, my time as an adult is limited, which is why, you know, I don't stream as often as I used to. But it shouldn't stop you from wanting to like create, to believe in doing stuff, to be excited about things. Thank you for headbats. Thank you. And so that's why, like, I'm really excited to be part of this project. What is this? Let's see. I always get stuck on whether I should draw the pupils or not, because for me, my style, I tend to draw the edges very blurry, but I think that I want to try something different for this. Ah! There we go. Ah! Why bonk? Is my bonk not even working? I'll head out now. Have a good one. Have a good night, Kiwi. Thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you, thank you. Wait, is my bonk not working? Hold on. I'm going to check streamer bot. Usually I hear it. Actions and cues. Actions or commands maybe. Overlay daily bird first. Head pat. Lurk. Oh, I don't think I have a bonk for... I don't think I have a bonk for YouTube. I should get that. Maybe I should think about if I want that on YouTube. Wait, I thought I did have a bonk. Did I accidentally delete it? Actions. YouTube. Yes. I saw the bonk, didn't hear it. What happened to my bonk? There should have been a bonk. Let me see. Can I... Oh, I hear it now. I hear it, but I don't see it. Man. Technology. Yeah. I should show you it, guys, actually, because I know some people weren't here for the very beginning. Also, I think I need to push these eyes apart a little bit. I'm looking a little bit like Mocha, but backwards. So this is going to be the project, essentially, here. Wait. Yeah, we're doing a song cover, actually. I've talked about this a couple times here and there, but we're doing a song cover of the NIKKE song Be My Star. We're also doing Clickbait. And we're also doing All Eyes on Me. So I've recorded some audio vocals for the first time in a long time. If you actually check out my channel, the last song that I put out was... Serene, which I made myself and had a instrumentalist work with me on. That was so long ago. Oh my goodness. But that was the last cover I ever put out. This time, I'm trying to work with a group of girls to put out this song for a game that I'm really like in love with. I haven't done something like this in forever, which is why I'm kind of like nervous, a little bit nervous. But it's exactly like the artist mindset of like, sometimes you just gotta put it out, even if it's not clean, even if it's not where you want it to be. You can only like, I feel like I can only see the improvement and be proud of the improvement once I start putting more and more out there. And that's the same with art too. There we go. I want to be able to look back and see like, I've tried to do things and I keep trying to do better, you know, stuff like that. It's hard to do that if I don't put it out there for myself to see and for other people to see the journey too, you know? I think there's nothing more inspiring than to see like where people have started and see where they go from there. At least for me, like I think of like language arts, for example, like trying to learn a new language. I was watching a video of Kobo from the Indonesian branch of Hololive and seeing where she started with learning English from like her debut, I think, to like present day. She talks like basically like an American. She talks with like zero accent. It's kind of crazy, right? I want to get to that point feeling that way with a lot of things that I want to do. But I got to put myself out there and try it. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, like, that's why this is the first time doing these covers, like drawing the art for these covers is the first time I really got back into art. And then that's why I was able to create art like this, the Justice card that I'm working on for my tarot deck. I'm actually super proud of this. I even tried to do some line weight stuff, like making some lines thinner, making some lines thicker, things like that. I really like this one a lot. And I have a whole series planned for this. I like the Kobo meme where she asked for Ara Ara's yelling at Callie. so cute. She's so little and so cute. I haven't watched a lot of VTubers since becoming a VTuber myself. That seems to be a common consensus across a lot of my VTuber friends, though. They stop watching a lot of VTubers because they become sucked into their own, like, own stuff, you know? I think that happens very commonly. Ooh, okay. I have to draw the next part with the hair. But yeah, I'm very excited to start some new projects. That's why I'm like in the middle of conceptualizing whether I do want to change my what do you call it? My YouTube channel over to NIKKE stuff. Because if I'm thinking about it, like, I still love roguelikes so much, but I'm also like, NIKKE is the game that really changed my life, I feel like, for as far as like last year was such a rough year for a lot of people. This game surprisingly got me through a lot. Wait. I can't tell you, like, I never would have expected an ass jiggle game to get me through some of the hardest times that I've ever been through. That's why I'm like, I need to share this with people, because who knows? Like, what if you guys, like, what if your lives changed because of the thing that changed my life, you know? I think that would be amazing. Hi, group! Hi! Welcome, welcome! Miri's too cool to watch nerd stuff like VTubers. Instead, I became the nerd stuff that people watch. Is that how it goes? Surprise, motherfucker, you're a nerd watching a VTuber. Okay, let me see. Ooh, I want to... Oh gosh. I'm still kind of getting used to doing art stuff again, though. So there's certain things that I'm like, blah, blah. But I try not to dwell on it too much, like they said. You know? I saw a video clip, actually, that I'm really curious to try. Maybe I'll try that someday with NIKKE stuff. But I really want to try drawing a series. Because if you haven't found your style, and this is something that I'm also kind of like guilty of, because as you can see, my style from here is still widely different from the Justice card that I showed you a moment ago. This one. This is the second drawing I did since coming back, technically, if you don't count my TT Star series. But I feel like the style is definitely very different between the two, right? So, oh, excuse me, my cooch shot. So when it comes to like drawing, I saw a YouTube short from a girl who was also struggling with finding their style, but they got it cohesive over time. And the way they did that was to set themes that are very similar to one another. So if they were drawing like an elf, they made it 3 elves. Maybe like one that's a water nymph elf type deal, maybe something from Zelda, and then maybe like, I don't know, your typical forest elf, something like that. And they did this a couple of different times. So like if they were doing a bird, they drew like a sparrow, a crow, and a magpie, something like that, you know? They would do it in series of 3 that were things that were supposed to go together naturally, and they would draw these together. And the more that they drew these pictures that were in theme with one another, the more they had a similar process flow, and they were able to define their art style better from that. Of course, you know, it might not work for everybody, but it's something that I want to try because I haven't tried a method like that to get my art more cohesive with itself. All my art pieces I find are very different from each other. I'm trying to think, like, do I have pictures still from when I did art commissions? Let me check. File open. So this is one I drew for Hysteria, which is different. It has more of a sketchy style here. Like, it's more like pencil line work, so it's a little bit more rough. Granted, I did this under a time constraint too, so that's a little bit different, but it's definitely very different from this already. And then I also had this one I did for Anubis, which was supposed to be like a limited line art style. So instead of drawing like a bunch of line art, I drew the inside portion and then used an outline tool for the outside line art. But very like lacking like the structure that line art has like this. But it's just a different vibe. Neither are wrong. I can kind of see a similar art style, but it's not like... It doesn't flow together. Miri no style confirmed. Listen. I've already consented to the... Consented? Something. Concentric... Conference. Confidence! Confidence! I've already submitted to the fact that my art and my style and my clothes and everything, it is an amalgamation of everything. Like, I have no set style. Wait, even when I did like emo stuff, like not emo but alt, I guess, or scene or all this other stuff, it was never like the same. It never looked cohesive like an emo style. I don't think I ever was like actually like dressed like an emo person. I just liked emo music. But I'll be honest, that's not necessarily my fault because my parents thought emo was of the devil. They didn't understand the culture. So I wasn't allowed to have emo stuff. I wasn't allowed to go into Hot Topic and be hot myself. Let's see. Get this. My line weight is still off. Let me see. Can I... The easiest way for me to adjust is just by like erasing off what I've drawn. But I still struggle a lot. Something that I think... So one of the girls is in... Like, no, both of them. Oh my gosh. Both girls that I'm working with are artists. They have different styles and it's very cool to see the difference between all of them. But my style is definitely very different from both. And I was watching the other girl do line art for the characters here that we're drawing. And it's so pretty. Hold on. Also, don't... Actually, no. Look, but look respectfully. Look respectfully. So she did this line art, and you can see, like, the variations. Like, she has, like, thicker lines here, thin here, thick here, you know? Specifically where things tend to meet, tends to have, like, thicker lining. Mary's religious and worships the devil. So my parents think. Like, this line art is crazy pretty. Don't look. I mean... Look respectfully. But I did do the sketch for this. So if I cover this, whoa. Do I have... Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. So if I do this, you can see that I drew... Whoa. Oops. You can see that I drew the sketch for this. Which is all well and good, but then when you add her line art on top, you can really see how clean she made this. And that is what the line arting stage is for, but like, damn. She really took control of this and made it so pretty. She even added like these highlights here that are more flesh tone. Yeah, I really like the way she renders. That window is getting broken and entered. Listen, I thought I had honka de gonkas. Nuh-uh. She beats me out there. I thought I had hazonga dongas. Let me see. Her ref is like beautiful too. Hold on. Yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous. This is Une Angelic. She's gonna be one of the girls doing the cover with me. And then Mary's practically flat by... That's what I'm saying. What's even funnier is the girl who invited us to this collab. Like, she only has like the headpiece right now in this, but like, she's flat compared to both of us. Like, we are heavyweights. Because we got heavyweights on our chest, but... This was her old design, Mocha's. Mocha's so cute, but yeah, we're definitely far endowed in this way. Like, I'm so sorry, girl, but we might be she might be like 4 times under us. The back pain girlies? Yeah, we the back pain girlies. Only one girl is making it out here alive. I should make a folder for this. Let me see. Line art. There we go. Alright. More like, I fucking hate this guy! I can't believe you almost made me say it too! You fucking hate me! Let's see. Oh, do you guys want to see the girls that we're not imitating, what do you call it? I guess modeling after? I'm supposed to be kind of like the rapper of the group, I guess you can say. She's like the more technical person, I would say. And then there's the leader, and then the last one is the visuals. Wait, let me put this horn on first. I need to get horn first. There we go. Okay. So this is all based off of, you saw it in my thumbnail, but TT Star, which is the new pop idol group from the NIKKE event, recent NIKKE event. So the one that I am is gonna be on this right side. Her name is Prika. She's a tall girl. She would be the towering girl. I heard she's canon like 6'7" or something. I fucking hate that. I think I just did this to myself. Wait, how tall is Prika? She's supposed to be actually really tall. NIKKE. No. Someone told me she's like 6'7". This says 5'6", 5'7". Okay, well. She's not as tall as I thought she was, but someone told me she was like really, really tall. Like Gigantamasaurus. Like her thing is that she was called like, all these girls got dunked on in the beginning because they were indie first. I did not say it. Don't. No. Nope. Erase it from your memories. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. So the thing is like all these girls, they were starting a pop group together. And this was following their journey becoming into idols. So Prika, the one on the right, she's like a girl who works really hard on the technical aspects like dancing. And she was getting dunked on in forums for being too tall. 5'6" is not that tall for a girl. It's not like crazy tall. Like it's tall, but not like crazy tall. And then the one on the left is Mint. And the middle is Anise. And by the way, I love this because Prika like Paprika, Anise like Star Anise, and Mint like the Spice Girls are all in town. But yeah, Mocha is Anise, and then Une is Mint, which is all well and good, but you can see that I'm in the center for this one because this is going to be going on my channel. Excuse me. So this is going to be Anise here, Prika for me in the center, and then Une is Mint. We have that for a lot of the other sketches that I have there, but I'm going to save those for later. But yeah, this is going to be the cover that I'm working on. All the stuff that I have drawn, because I drew all the sketches, everybody else is going to help with line art and rendering. All the stuff is related to the images from the event. So this is one here. And then they have a third one that I think I did too. So these are just the images I based off of my sketches, or sketches that I based off of. Yeah, this event was so cool. It's the first time they've had like a pop group. So that's why I'm doing it like this. I feel like my horns are too close together. I'm gonna redraw them a little bit farther apart. The good news about doing sketches is that they're kind of just a base for the actual final product, so I can fix it if I want to. Let's see. Might not be totally accurate after this, but that's okay. Since this one is specifically going on my channel, I'm okay if it's like just slightly different. I'll deal with the consequences myself. So, oops. Push this down. That is gonna be the last time that you kind of hear me say it. I'm just gonna say it right now. I ain't giving in to the trend. Something really cute about this that I'm not quite understanding, but it is, I guess, cute, is the cat girl aesthetic. They all have like this cat girl aesthetic. Wait, maybe that's like the shtick. Like that's something that people just like inherently. People love cat girls. Wait. There, maybe I should just put this on a new layer. Bed? No, never again. This will never happen again. Wait. Enjoy it while it lasted. There we go. There we go. It is really exciting though to work on projects that aren't work related, by the way. I feel like I work on a lot of projects at work, but because it's not like something I have my heart in, it's kind of, you know, work is work. But when it comes to something you like to do, it's like, it's a different feeling. Wait, let me see. Work can be fun, I think. And I think that's something a lot of people don't realize because they make, like, the sound of work makes it really tiring, right? But when you consider it as something that you want to do or projects that you're excited about, it's much easier to get it done. That's why, like, I'm not gonna lie, I am super excited about the Arcana project that I have going on, the tarot project, because it's stuff that I can use later to share with you guys, or even, like, if I make merch, I can make it part of, like, the merch line that I would do, right? And it'd be nice to have, like, my art as a piece of someone's home. I think that's exciting. Wait. Even more so, like, I'm the type of person that likes something that's relatively functional. So if you are someone that does read tarot, it would be actually functional for someone who does want to read tarot. Okay, this is gonna be cringe, but I don't care. Don't look. I can't remember the last time I've said roar, like actual. Because usually on Precas it says meow because it's like a cat theme, right? But because I'm a dragon, I was like, I could do something different. But the only thing I could think of for a dragon is like roar, XD. I haven't seen something like that since I think early anime convention days. You know, when they had like glomping and yaoi paddles? There we go. I remember wanting a yaoi paddle, but not because of yaoi specifically, but because it was in the adult section, and of course, you know, being a kid, I wasn't allowed there. But it would be kind of like, I have something I'm not supposed to have, teehee. There we go. Rar uwu. I remember, like, that was the same era as when I was super into Sasuke. That was like when it was before he left the village. I remember that. It was before he left the village, and I remember cosplaying Sasuke whenever I got the chance. They had like a local cosplay, like anime convention at my library. I wore it then. And then they even had like a Renaissance festival. And I also wore it then. It was worth it though, because the whole car of hot, like, blonde ladies was like, they were riding like a Mustang or Ferrari or something. And they screamed, Sasuke! Hot ladies can be into anime too, guys. You just haven't met the right people. Fun fact, average woman's height here is 5'7"? Really? That's average? Wait, what's... I think I've looked this up before, but what's average height for women in America? Average height for women in America is 5'3.5". Well, that's not... Well, I think I'm on par for average American women's size. What about average height for women in Korea? Because I could use that, right? Korea is 5'2", so I'm taller than the average Korean woman. What about average height for women in the world? The world. Around 5'3". But there are clear regional differences. Some of the tallest women are found in countries like the Netherlands, Montenegro, Latvia, where average heights can reach around 5'7". Jesus Christ. Someone shared their genes with me. Or I could be in their genes, I guess. You'd be tiny here? I'd be average for an Asian woman there. I can't imagine there's a lot of Asian women there. And if there are, they're probably the ones dragging down the average height. That'd be crazy, though. Can you imagine 5'7" is the average because the other population in your country is Asian? So then the actual, like, other women in your country are like 5'9", 5'10", ready to dunk the guys. Actually, what's the average height of men in your country then? Wait. How do people find this out? There's a ton of people in every country. How do they discuss the average? Because they're not, clearly they're not measuring every person. 6 foot! Jesus! What do they put in your food? And can I have some? Is it too late for me? Can people keep growing past a certain point? I know people can shrink because every time I see my mom, she would be so mad if she ever heard this. Like, every time I see my mom, it's like she grows a foot less. That's not growing at that point. What do they call that? Shrinking. She's like shrink wrap. She's shrinking now. There we go. I think I'll need to adjust the height of my hair to like around here. Like, it's a little short here. They do measure you in hospitals. That's assuming you go to a hospital. It's been like over a year. The last time that, like, before this past time, I think the last time I was in a hospital was like 5 years beforehand. So they're missing 5 years of average data. Miwi! Hi, Kuma! Hi! Welcome, welcome, welcome in! I'm hanging in there with this TT Star shit. I'm fucking cooked, bro. I only got this much done and it's been like almost an hour. Hi, Lies! Hi! Welcome, welcome! Welcome, welcome. Dang. Let's see. I don't have much planned for today. I know that later I'll be streaming Isaac on Twitch, but I thought I was gonna get a little farther in on this because I was gonna record vocals either before or after this. I didn't end up doing it before, clearly, because instead I took a shower and acted like a normal human for once. I see you, bro. Keep it up. You're doing great. Thank you. Lies, I purposely decided not to read the second part of that. Or maybe not on purpose, but my brain literally was like just saying the hand pink wave. Because I have like a sub chat here that I can read that's not like YouTube's chat, but it's on like my software. So then all I saw was the pink wave hand pink waving, hand pink waving, hand pink waving. Beautiful drawing. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So I didn't see the last part that said something that I'm not gonna read out loud. Rah, rah, rah. Pray for me. I got 7 different dishes to cook today. Oh my gosh! Wait, what are you cooking? And why aren't you feeding me? You know what I had today? I had a Jamaican beef patty. That's all I've eaten today. I've half finished my water though. I haven't decided what to cook for lunch yet though. I'm pretty bad at deciding like stuff like, I think food is the hardest thing for me to decide what to eat. Come through, bitch! Yes! I like anybody who can feed me because I have like the appetite of an elephant. That wasn't like the case last year. This year I feel like I'm eating a lot more. Like I'm gorging myself. Like, I don't know. I feel like the same type of person that's like, I love a bitch who can eat. I'm surrounded by people who can't like eat as much as I can. So whenever I have friends in town that can eat, like it's going down, I'm yelling timber. And timber is because our fat asses are breaking down the door. Honey mustard and ham? You're assuming that I have that in my fridge. Actually, I have a deep freezer. The thing is, like, I have stuff to cook, but it's all frozen. Like, I'm bad at planning in advance. The stuff that I have is, like, I have chicken, frozen chicken. In my actual fridge, I'm trying to think. I have green onions, like scallions. I have... What else do I have? Garlic. I have... God, why is it so hard to think of what I have? That's how empty my fridge is. I have bread, like Sara Lee. I have Sara Lee bread, and... Oh my gosh, I really don't have much. I have sweet tea. I'm the second coming of gluttony, personally. Are you sure? Are you sure? I must have been the first coming then. That doesn't happen usually. Let me see. Mustard and ham yummers. It is really good. I will give it that. I rarely have mustard in my fridge because I'm actually not a huge fan of mustard, but I do really like honey mustard. I like Dijon mustard, but I only really use it when I make deviled eggs. You think if there's a deviled eggs that they have an angel eggs? And what does angeled eggs looks like? Like if I guess if deviled eggs are like the spicy Dijon mustard, it would be like honey mustard eggs, but honey mustard eggs doesn't sound very delightful to me. I feel like honey mustard eggs would not taste very good. I think of eggs more like a savory thing unless it's like used in baking. I think this needs to be taller. Let's see. Maybe I mix these together. Good question. Yeah. Whenever there's something, I feel like I have to be the contrarian being like, okay, so what's the opposite? If there's this, I want to know what it could be. I blame, like, you know how they have, like, BuzzFeed, like, food stuff? I blame stuff like that because I grew up watching, like, Try Guys and things like that. And I've always wondered a lot more since then about the more like dark side of cooking, like the side that I feel like most people shouldn't touch if they want to maintain their stomach. My nose is drippy, running, drippy. My nose is drippier than a fuckboy. Fuck this up. Let's see. I'm really excited to get more projects off the ground though. I do need to start locking in, which is why, like, I'll tell you, like, a project I had in mind for a long time that I pretty much posted on Twitter, but I wanted to do more voice acting stuff. I do think I'm a little out of my league, but it's the same thing that I said earlier about, like, just getting started, even if, like, your early projects are not that good. It's really cool to see the improvement later as you keep going. So that's, like, something I'm trying to get my mind psyched up for. I want to make shorts that are like some of the brief encounter interactions and stuff like that. Stuff that are like a little bit shorter paced compared to like the Bond stories or the longer stories. Wait, clean this up. And hopefully that'll be more content that I can put out. It's just that it's kind of a waste for some of the clips of like my more variety content. So that's why I thought about maybe doing a second channel specifically just for NIKKE. What's Try Guys? So Try Guys is like, they call it Try Guys because they literally just try stuff. Just cuz. Like, they were known for trying mostly like, oh, I tried doing scuba diving. Oh, I tried doing like drag queen stuff. I tried, like, they still do that stuff, but just on their own channel because they bought out their IP, I think. And so they do like, I tried, I think doing a fashion show is what they did recently. Angeled eggs are yolks sat atop of mayo and egg white mush. I don't like the word mush. I feel like mush sounds disgusting. Some words sound really gross to me. Like, I don't like, there's certain words that are just like, they don't tickle the brain in a good way. Like milk. I don't like the word milk. I like milk, but I don't like the word milk. I think that's why words like pilk are so gross to people, because it's not just milk, but they add other stuff that makes it even more undesirable. Hi, Justin. Welcome, welcome. Or guacamole. I don't know. I kind of like guacamole because it sounds funny. Amole, guacamole. If I could stuff my face without consequences, I'd probably eat pulled pork. Are you allergic to pork? I know people who are allergic to the most obscure shit. And then I get confused when there are people who are allergic to the most obscure shit. Like, how is there people who are allergic to water if they are made up of primarily water, right? I know people who are allergic to chocolate, and I'm like, that sounds miserable. I love chocolate. I can't imagine a world without chocolate. I don't even eat chocolate that frequently, but chocolate is such a source of joy. Like, how can you be allergic to the thing that brings people happiness? Sun allergy? Yeah, that's another thing. How are you allergic to the sun? I'm allergic to the sun because I choose not to go out. Some people don't choose to. I have a vitamin D deficiency because I make that D my problem. But how is it for some people? It is a problem. They didn't choose it. Wait, that way. Peanut allergy too. Like peanut allergies too. I feel really bad for it because I also really like peanuts. It's like I like things that I don't really eat that often, but it's like if I couldn't eat it, that would be the worst. That would be really sad. Wouldn't you be allergic to the solar rays radiation? Then wouldn't everybody be allergic to it? Because like skin cancer is a thing, right? So skin cancer being a thing, and then you add on that you're, what is it? Like you sunburn and stuff like that. Like, wouldn't everybody be some level of allergic then? Oh, excuse me. I'm allergic to, I have things I'm not even sure I'm allergic to. I broke out before because I had a purse. I never wore this purse before, but I had a purse that I wore. Oh no, I forgot that this side was linked to the other side. I had a purse before that I wore only once during a convention. And when I went there, just progressively throughout the day, I was becoming more and more like red. I look like a spotted gecko. Is the spotted gecko the lesbian gecko? The one that can have sex with itself and make babies. That might not be the most scientific term. Lesbian gecko. This says now that is a tiny lesbian. Oh, morning geckos. That's what it is. They would be it more severely. Why am I like this? They would be it more severely. That would make sense, I guess. That would definitely make more sense. So what you're saying is you're a tomato? Not anymore. But like when I went to that convention and had the purse on me, which was, like I said, the first time I ever wore that purse, which makes me extremely sad because that purse was really cute. I broke out in hives. I was getting, like, I thought it wasn't that bad at first because I'm also, like, mildly allergic to mosquitoes. So sometimes I'll break out into moderate hives from mosquito bites. But then when I actually started walking around the convention more and more, like, my skin was starting to get like a leopard. Like, I was becoming red spotted, and like, my friends around me were concerned, and I kept being like, no, I'm fine. Itches myself. Becomes more red. Starts to have breathing problems, which I've never had before. We went to, like, they have like a section in the conventions for like medical emergencies. Like, not medical emergencies per se, but like if you need water or if you need vitamin C to prevent getting sick because conflu is the thing, then they have you. But then when I went there, they kept giving me like Benadryl and it wasn't getting better. And they were like, listen, we can't take you to a hospital if something happens. So maybe you want to try going to the ER. And I said, nope, ERs are expensive and they're just going to give me Benadryl there. Emergency nap time. Gotta go. Have a good holiday. Have a great holiday, Kuma. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you. Thank you. Are you feeling better today? I am. I'm not like hurting today because it literally just happened that day. But I was it was a trip. I went the whole convention. The reason why I found out it was my purse was because I sat down at one point because I needed a break. I was so itchy. I couldn't really go places without like looking like I was shoving my hand up my ass crack. So I sat down for a second for a break, and I noticed that the place where my strap of my purse was, like I sat down with the strap pressed against my leg. And so when I felt my leg get itchy, I looked down and it was literally just the same mark as my strap. It looked like, you know, like, well, maybe you don't know, but like, you know, well, I don't know either, but you know, people who do bondage and they they leave like marks, like the leather marks or rope marks. That's what my legs look like from my purse. Technically, I don't know what that looks like either, so that might not be the most accurate description, but I feel like you get the point. $2,000 Benadryl. It's so expensive for no reason. Like, if you're just gonna give me Benadryl, just charge me for the Benadryl. Why do you have to charge me for seeing you, only for you to give me a Benadryl far later than when my symptoms showed? Can't believe Miri did bondage. I didn't do bondage, but I did watch people do bondage. That sounds wrong. So when I go to anime conventions, they have like this time frame. It's like after dark, you know? After dark, they do all the NSFW panels. And one of the panels was like a shibari style. So they show you how to do like the shibari knots. Shibari is like kind of like a bondage, but how do you describe it? It's like with a red thread. It's more artistic bondage. Shibari meaning to bind. Japanese word meaning to bind or to tie. Is the art of creating geometric patterns on the human form through rope. Yeah. Yeah, I watched. It was really pretty. They did it over clothes, but like, it was actually really cool. I don't know how to tie a knot to save my life, so I could never do that for you. I'm so sorry to break it to you this way. This reminds me of the whole dentist knows when you have a... Oh my gosh, I remember now. I was talking about this earlier, but I was like, I don't think I know any modern media because I don't really watch a lot of movies unless I'm at my parents'. I remember now. I watched a movie with my parents and I watched Song Sung Blue, which has Hugh Jackman in it. And I only remember this now because you said the dentist. Because he got, like, his character had a missing tooth. So Song Sung Blue is about Thunder and Lightning, I think, or Lightning and Thunder, the band or the duo. And in this, he wanted to be Lightning, so he had a thunderbolt, like, bedazzled on the back of his jacket. But when he went to the dentist, he had a broken tooth. And so he was getting his tooth replaced, and the dentist put a lightning bolt on his fake tooth, which I thought was like, oh my god, he's so cheesy. He's so cheesy. Artistic bondage? Yeah, it was artistic bondage. What else did I watch? I also watched, because we always watch at least like 2 movies when I go visit my family. We watched The Wild Robot, which is also really cool. I cried at like every movie to the point that like my dad, who's very unemotional at these things, had to pass the tissue box to me like 10 times. Like before I even grabbed the tissue box, he just passed it over to me. I'm so emotional when I watch movies, it's crazy. Someone hugs a character, oh my god, he got a hug! Like my parents never gave me. Just kidding. Mostly. My parents are not the huggy type, so that's not totally cap. They're more the type to be like, I got this for you, you know? They show their love in different ways, but it's definitely not the, here, come give me a hug, daughter. Project Hail Mary? No, I haven't. I don't, like, let me see. Most of the movies that my dad watches is like Transformers. Let me see, latest movies, 2026. I can tell you which ones I've watched. I want to watch the Super Mario movie because I actually thought it was really fun, the last one. I already don't recognize most of the ones in the first, like, couple rows. I really don't know most of these. Oh my gosh, do I know any of these? I really don't know any of these. I really want to find at least one, but I really don't know any. I think the only other ones that I've really watched this year was the Wicked. It's really charming. I love Project Hail Mary. Can recommend. Let me write that down. Maybe I can recommend it to my dad the next time I visit. I think it's always important to make an effort to meet someone in the middle, even if, like, it's really difficult to. Like, me and my dad don't usually see very eye to eye, which is why movies are, like, the way for us to, like, kind of be with each other and get along with each other. Not like we fight all the time, but just, it's kind of awkward for both of us. Like I said, he's not the most, like, I love you, daughter. Come here, give me a hug. It's always like, I got you, Dr. Pepper, because I remembered, like, it's your favorite soda, that type of thing. And he doesn't even say it that way. He just is like, I bought soda at the store. And it's like, I know he shows his love for me that way because it's like, I don't really drink soda when I'm at home. So it's like a treat for me. So he buys it as a treat for me when I go visit home. Like, he's like that type of dad. And so we don't really talk much because he's a man of few words. And that's why movies are really great for both of us. We both like to watch movies. I don't really watch movies often. So whenever I go home, that's our movie time. And so this was like the past couple movies we've watched. Honestly, he doesn't even enjoy half the movies that I like watching. Like Wild Robot was something I really enjoyed. He actually fell asleep in the middle of it. He fell asleep in the middle of it, but I really liked it. There was a movie I was really into that I was surprised that he fell asleep in the middle of. It actually also had Hugh Jackman in it. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but he was like a magician, I think. Let me see. Hugh Jackman magician movie. That one, The Prestige. The Prestige, that one was really good. My mom used to be like that. Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think especially as my dad gets to an older age, he's kind of settling down a little bit and becoming like a little bit more open with me. Wait, but it was really hard for me to understand as a kid because, you know, I feel like this is more common in Asian families. I could be wrong, but like having like the more I show love through action than words. Because everybody around me had parents that were like, I show love through words than actions. And both are valid in their own ways. Why can't I draw this hair strand? Whatever. I'm gonna draw just the straight line first then, and then add in the hair. Miri Gorilla stream? I did have it on the schedule, but it is like an awkward, not awkward, it's a different time than I usually stream. Welcome in, Missing Brain, welcome, welcome. I actually am doing a lot of streams this week compared to my usual, so hopefully that's fun for everybody. I get the chance to do an extra stream because today's a holiday, so I took advantage of the time to do it. Plus, since I had to cancel last week, I thought it would be a good time to kind of do a makeup stream. Wait. Let me, Hi, Turkey! Welcome, welcome! I missed that then? No worries. I always post my schedule on my posts, but sometimes people don't get the post notifications, which is okay too. That's what stream is for. Then I can go over the weather forecast. Let me see. There we go. I don't know. I feel like I have a hard time making time for streaming because of like all the things going on. So I try to take advantage when I do have time. But as you know, like next month, June is going to be so busy. So that's why I also want to stream a little bit more this week. I am still going to try to edit shorts so that there's still content while I'm busy, but it is going to be a difficult month in June. Let me see. Because, let me see. I have family visiting next week, I think. Let me see. June. Yeah. The first week of June. So, I am able to do my regular tarot stream on the 1st, but it'll be on Twitch. And then after that, I have to take a brief hiatus because they're coming. I only found out this recently, so I try to tell you guys as soon as I can. But June 1st, I'll still have my Twitch stream. I'll have to take a break for that week, but I may still be able to join Sid that weekend. Maybe not. And then afterwards, I can stream for the week of the 7th. But then the week of June 14th to June, like, to early July even, because that's July 4th. My dad's really big into being, like, independent, patriotic young mans. Because of that, I might have to take, like, roughly 2 to 3 weeks break. That's gonna be, like, a little bit of a struggle. June, early July might be a little bit of a struggle, so those will be more guerrilla-style streams. This is a stream I could attend? Thank you for jumping in! Thank you! It's just past afternoon. I really like this time period in the day. It feels like the lull in the day where I can take a break. Were it not for work, but since I'm not working today, it's a really nice day to just kind of relax, do a chill hangout stream. Oi. You're really hard to catch streaming for my time zone, but you're always a blast to watch. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I always have fun kind of like chilling and talking, shoot the shit. I really love to just like yap about stuff. So it's really nice when I get to catch people. I know my Timu. I know my time is not the most convenient for people to watch. So I always try to stream when I can and keep to my streaming schedule when I say I'm streaming. Wait. I really like to make sure that I give people the time that I promise. I think that there's nothing more important than people's time. So if I say I'm going to be there, I want to be there as much as I can. When the next time we're doing tarot? We're doing tarot on June 1st, and that'll be on Twitch. But I will post it on YouTube. I just have to download and repost, and I'll definitely leave timestamps if you're not able to. Miri is underrated? You're gassing me now. You gassing. Bro, we're so liquid that we gassing. Like, we're heated water and we steaming hot. Like, that's how much you gassing. I forgot to bring my hair tie. Hold on. There we go. You guys are gassing me. You can't. I need, like, a toggle where my head just grows bigger. Like, I need to be mega-minded right now. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, maybe... I wonder if gorilla-wise I could, or not gorilla, but I wonder if I could make some pre-made videos. I'm very bad at recording pre-made videos, but I used to do it for Isaac. You can see a few of those on my channel, but I guess like if I'm gonna take a break from streaming roughly for the next couple weeks-ish, I'm still gonna stream, but like I said, I'll try to put out a schedule of when I am streaming so you guys know. But since I am roughly gonna take a break in this upcoming month, I want to make sure that I leave some content, which is why I'm still gonna post shorts. But if I can, you know, maybe I can do some pre-recorded videos. I feel really awkward in pre-recorded videos because it's not the same as talking to you, you know? That's the same way as like when I record music, or since I have been recording music, it's not the same as singing in your car or doing my shower karaoke, because at least when I'm doing karaoke, I know that it's gonna be shower karaoke style. It's gonna suck, and that's the best part of it. Like, it's, you know, like when you go to a karaoke, I feel like it sucks to have people who sing like great, because I sing like ass. That's the point of karaoke. I need to sing my heart out like ass so that I feel better. What you mean you're gonna sing like a professional, like... Miri gives such big sister energy. Reminds me of Karlak from Baldur's Gate 3. Is that the red girl, the red lady? Because I think she's hot, TBH. I'd let her princess carry me, and then I would be... I don't know why. I feel like I would be top. I would be top, but she'd princess carry me. Wait, this might not be close to the stream, but what about the thing on your cheek in Baba... That... Baba is you? Okay. I'm gonna show you, but be respectful, chat. Be respectful. Hold on. Also, it might get me blocked on YouTube, so this is literally for you. If I can find it. Miri sings really well. That's so not true, but I have fun doing it. I think what makes things, like, what makes people sound good when they sing, even if they don't have the technical skill for singing, it's the, what do you call it? Confidence, I guess? Because I showed my friend my recording of singing. Not the live singing that I did for you guys, but recordings that I was making for this cover that I'm drawing. And she was like, saying that my singing isn't bad, but I sing like I'm bad. And it's like, it's not that I am bad, but I have to have more confidence when singing. And that's why, like, I struggle with recording. It's because it's so less confident to just do it with yourself, because you're like, I feel stupid, I'm by myself. Where's everybody else? How do I do this? I need to talk to people. Yeah, so this is... Yo. This is, This me. You can see that I have a toothbrush, so that's actually toothbrush foam, but I'll scoot up a little bit. I like this picture so much, but it's so risque. But is it not hot? Like, it's like one of my favorite pictures I've ever gotten of me. Cute cover. Thank you! Thank you, thank you! I love my character so much, but I rarely get the chance to draw her, so this is like one of the few chances that I've ever had drawing Miri. I'm trying to think of other times that I've drawn her, and it's really, like, sparse. It's really, really sparse. There's something about how, like, when you make your own character, you have a much more of a tendency to draw other people's characters still. At least, like, when it's your own character, I feel like you feel more inclined to just, like, you can draw however or whenever because it's your character. But when it's someone else's, you feel more pressured to make it look good. For me, I'm just like, haha, I'm a bean. I can do what I want. Oh my gosh, if you guys flicked me, then... Just kidding, never mind. Don't worry about it. I'm regretful of some of the things I say because I think about it too late. When it's streaming, it's like exactly what it sounds like. It's just my stream of consciousness saying all my intrusive thoughts out loud. You can't trust me to say that in front of people. That's why, like, I feel like I overthink a lot outside of streaming because I'm like, there's certain things you probably shouldn't say in front of people. So I'm really quiet, actually, in real life. But, like, on stream, I can just let that shit loose. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Oh my gosh, it's like a fart. Wait a second. There we go. Prop that. There we go. I'm very, like, comfortable just chilling by myself in real life. So I'm so used to just, like, whatever makes me feel the most comfortable I do because I'm an adult. Like, I ate cheesecake for breakfast because, like, I'm an adult and I can make these unhealthy decisions for myself, so I do. And when I'm at home, everything comes off. I'm not gonna lie. I get home and the first thing that comes off is my bra because I need to be comfortable. I hate bras. They're so restrictive. I remember being so against bras when I first was able to wear them that I wanted to stay in my sports bra forever. And so now that I'm an adult, I basically just stay in sports bras or anything that I can just slip over my head. I'll just wear a t-shirt. I don't really care. I need something comfortable when I'm at home. And so, like, since I usually call friends when I'm at home, you know, you don't really, when you're out, and you really don't do too much out once you're out. When I was at home and I was on call with friends, my video camera was on, and my friend had to tell me, like, bro, I can see. I can see. You should probably, I was like, oh shit, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. Good thing it was one of my girls. Or maybe should I say it's two of my girls? I just imagine that one Breaking Bad meme of a guy smiling and frowning, Miri at home, Miri outside. That's so true, though. I don't really like to go outside unless I'm with like my friends. Even going grocery shopping, I'm like, Even sometimes when I am grocery shopping, I'll invite friends just so that I could go grocery shopping because I hate going out by myself. I'm so clingy. I'm so clingy. What was the best Miri stream ever? Do I have one of those? I think one of my best streams personally was one of my, was it Yakuza? Not well, I guess Yakuza was good too. I remember when I first played Yakuza, I'm so bad at games that involve skill trees, so I didn't level up my skill tree at all, especially since I take time in between streams. I forget how to play games, so I didn't know that I had a skill tree. And then I got all the way to the boss, and I died so many times because I didn't realize that I was playing basically vanilla. There was no power-ups, nothing. And so when I finally beat it, I got to the moment that he cut his finger off, and I screamed so hard. I screamed so hard. I think I have the short of that. Hold on. I can share that too. It might be loud though. Maybe I shouldn't. I'll just share the link to it in chat. Let me see. My post, view your channel. I don't look at my channel very often. Actually, no, that's not true. I looked. Speaking of, guys, oh, I wanted to say thank you so much for 1,500 subscribers. It's the first time I hit 1,500. When I first came back, I think I was at either 1,400 or 1,200, and it was like a big thing for me to see like people who enjoy my content and people who want to come back and see. So it means a lot to me. I know not for like, it's just kind of, oh yeah, you hit 50, you know, like, but for me, it felt really special. I really appreciate it. This one where I'm like screaming, which is a usual stream. This was when I first had my old model. This model is actually something that a lot of you haven't seen because it was the one that I drew of myself. This is maybe the second or third ever. Don't give her a bomb. It's really bad because I used to work at an airport, but I remember saying someone dropped a bomb because I meant that they took a fat shit. And I felt bad because they told me to shut the fuck up because I shouldn't say that in an airport. And I was like, oh shit, I should know that because I worked at an airport. My bad, bro. I'm so oblivious. That's why I say I can't be trusted to just say anything, because if I just say anything, I get my ass in trouble. Either that or I get someone else in trouble. There we go. Let me clean my ears out. Oh shit! I forgot they were in the same layer. There we go. No! No! Oh my god. Honestly, my airport work was really good though, so if you're gonna rate it like that, legit, like, my work was worth that. My work was worth that. I actually taught people at the airport. I was like a teacher. That's how good I was at my job. Wait, I wouldn't say I'm like as good as that late, like these days. I could give you advice, but my advice is probably not even valid anymore. I don't know. It's been a long time since I worked at an airport. Like, can I tell you, my friend said that, you know when you go out to like get souvenirs whenever you visit another country? My friend went to another country and had a souvenir knife, which makes me question even more, like, bro, are you... Should I be concerned that your souvenir was a knife? It was like one of those dining set knives, but I was like, still, you want to give someone a knife as a souvenir? I would be like, I need to stay away. I gotta go, you know? I can't be here. I can't be here right now. But they tried to bring a knife through the airport. I was like, what do you mean you didn't expect them to take that shit from you? He's like, I might as well have just bought the knife. And I was like, yeah! Like, I might as well just have bought the knife if I have to check in it. Yes! If you're not gonna check in your knife, you shouldn't expect to have your knife. Like, hello? There's some things that are obvious, guys. I would not do. Yeah, those things... I could give you that advice at least. I would say that is probably still not good to do. Actually, like, even though I'm not getting, like, a lot done right now as far as, like, getting far enough in progress to this picture, I feel pretty good at what I have right now. Did I train my replacement? No, we were at an airport. I'm just kidding. I could have very well trained my replacement. I'm still cool with my boss from when I worked there. I don't really talk to him too often, but occasionally, like, we'll check up on each other. And he told me that everybody who worked there when I did are completely different. Like, as far as training-wise, everybody who worked there is completely different. So I don't know anybody who works there, but some of them may have been trained by me. So that's kind of cool to hear. Like, all the people are new, but I had a hand in it, you know? But my work is a lot more peaceful now. I think the scariest thing is, like, feeling like you are in charge of a bunch of people. So I like things that are a little bit more chill, less stress, especially since I prefer that if I'm gonna be stressed, it's at a video game. If I'm gonna be stressed, it better be about something chill, like a video game. I like not high stakes. I'm very much like, I'm old now. I need something to like let me relax. Oi. Let me see. Oi, please. Lines are so hard. I'm bi. You can't do this to me. Straight is so hard. Why is this so hard? That looks kind of... It's not even straight, actually. It's curved, but you know what I mean. Please! I'm trying to think of another stream that I really enjoyed. I think while I struggled a lot with this stream, not this particular, but the stream I'm talking about, I really enjoyed doing a charity stream where I stayed up for 24 hours. I can't do that anymore, but I'd be willing to try sometime, actually. It was a 24-hour stream where I helped a friend raise money for charity, which was like the first time I've ever done that. I've done donathons and stuff like that a long time ago. I kind of reluctantly don't do those things anymore because I struggle with asking for help or for money and stuff like that. So it was really nice. I didn't raise a lot of money, but I raised 100, I think, towards charity for my friend. And it was kind of cool. I got to invite a bunch of people in to play games. I set everything up. Planning is actually sometimes pretty fun, although sometimes very stressful. I think that was one of the streams I could say I'm proud of. That was also on Twitch, though, so I don't think I have VODs for that. Chief Miri, welcome. Am I like Halo Chief? Is it Chief? Is Chief Halo? I don't know anything about this. I only started... I don't know if a lot of you guys know, because I'm pretty sure I mostly talked about this on Twitch, but a lot of the games that I play are for the first time, because I didn't play a lot of games growing up. Like, the games I played were usually Pokemon themed, and even then, like, very old Pokemon games. Not very old, but like, well, no, would you consider it old? I think of like N64 and Game Boy Color era. Like, those were my games. I played Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Leaf Green, Fire Red. I played the tournament, Pokemon Tournament, and the Pokemon pinball games. I played, what's that one? The Pokemon Tournament game. Is it Tournament? When I was little. Old. I guess it was Pokemon Tournament. It was really old, though. Bro, Miri has been here 2 hours and only have a head. Some people can't last 2 hours with head, I'm just saying. Though, honestly, I feel like this always happens when I'm talking. It's cause, like, you know why? Whenever I'm drawing in front of people, I have more of a compellence. I feel more compelled to do better because it's like people are watching. If people weren't watching, then I would not care as much if this came out super good or super bad. Actually, I want to do some symmetry tool on this too. So only head? Yeah, only head. Watch, this is probably gonna end with only head too. Actually, let me put this on a new layer. When you put it that way, it makes it weird. I'm pretty good at making things weird, don't worry. When you put someone who is weird, it's not surprising when things do get weird. Let me see. My humor is so bad, like so broken. It's so old. Let me see. I either have the humor of dad jokes or dirty dad jokes. That's just how it goes. It's one or the other. You get to pick your poison, but you don't really because it's gonna happen either way. It's kind of cute though. Honestly, I think it's better than the sketch. So let me see. Do I have this in a... Yeah. I think it's better than the sketch. And that's like the important part to me is like everything refines. Yeah. Dirty dad jokes and dad jokes are amazing. I was gonna say something kind of another risque, but I decided not to because it's technically not my niche. Although, maybe it could be. I was gonna say dad bods though, but I was thinking, it's very specific though. Like, I think of, what's his name from Delicious in Dungeon? Dungeon Meshi? Dungeon Meshi. He has a L name. Laios? Laios, yeah. I do like Laios. Laios is funny. You know, that saves a lot of men, is like being funny. For me, at least. Like, when I've been in relationships, they have to be funny, and a lot of my relationships that fell apart is because they were not funny. The dog guy? Is he a dog? I thought he was just human. Let me see. Erase this a little. Although, you know, I think in general, it could be a girl too. I think I've been around a lot of funny women too, and that's also something that makes it really hard for my standards, I guess. Although, I've had like a couple of breakups, so maybe my standards are not actually that good. I've had a lot of breakups, so maybe my standards are not as good as I think. But I like to think that my life is enriched by the women around me who are really funny. Because, maybe the men in my life are also pretty funny, actually, now that I think about it. Because my friend who brought the fucking knife to the airport thinking that he wasn't gonna get stopped, like... Oh my gosh. You know what, the audacity too? He said, like, someone took my knife, looks at me as if I work at the airport still. Nope. Bruh, I don't work at the airport. Why you smiting at me? He's a tall man, but his personality is dog. That's true, that's true. That's true. I do like dogs. Golden retriever energy. I like people who have that, like very happy-go-lucky people. A lot of people say I have that too, but I don't know if I believe that. Me, happy-go-lucky? Maybe happy-unlucky, excuse me. I guess I can kind of see it. I think between a cat energy and a dog energy, I'd probably definitely lean more dog. But if people have golden retriever energy, nobody ever says like poodle energy. What type of dog do I have energy of? Don't say chihuahua. Miri, they aren't taking my knife away, said the man without a knife. Listen. I don't know why he looked at me as if I was taking his knife. I was like, I don't even work at an airport. Chihuahua. Bro, I just said not listen to the homework. You had one job. Let's see. Yeah, I really like how this is coming out. Greyhound energy? Husky? Husky is cute. I like greyhounds too. I used to be a really big watcher of like Jenna Marbles. She hasn't streamed or done videos and stuff like that anymore, but I really liked her energy. I like people who do have that like fun, quirky, like they're definitely weirdos. I used to be, I guess because I was part of that group growing up, like I grew up in the group that was shunned by like all the preppy kids. I was really good at studying as a kid. So I was actually always in like the smart kids class, like AP, IB classes, stuff like that. But I never got along with a lot of the kids there. Like they were nice and stuff like that, but I never was like part of those cliques. It was always that like I hung out by myself until lunchtime when I hung out with all the weird kids. And that was kind of cool. It was kind of okay. I was the one in my school who started like the anime club and stuff like that. And it was only because I was like the, not teacher's pet, but a lot of teachers and adults liked me because I was more quiet and I paid attention in class. I wasn't rowdy, stuff like that. So the reason why we weren't allowed to have the anime club, I might have talked about this before, but the reason why we couldn't have the anime club was because our principal found a note on the ground, like a notebook. And in this notebook, it was like an anime themed notebook. And the reason why this was an issue was because the anime was Death Note. And you can imagine like the first name in the notebook that she found after reading the rules of the notebook was her name. I see Miri as more of an orange cat. Really? I have a cat energy? That'd be kind of cute though. I guess, I wonder, like a tabby, not tabby. Would I be a fat orange cat or like, the weird kids are the fun people. Anyone else played football? I just like football. See, I wish I cared more about sports, but I don't really like sports that much. The sport that I was into growing up was archery. I did archery in my mom's friend's backyard because she had more space than we did, and she kind of helped in the middle of like a half move out. So we stayed with her for a little while. And I would play with like a crossbow, not crossbow, a recurve bow in her backyard with like a small target, which I think I said this before, but it didn't matter how big or small the target was because I missed every time. So archery sounds so cool. Archery was really cool. I do all the cool shit because of my preference in anime. I complained about golf because there was never a cool golf anime growing up, but I complained so much because I wanted to play tennis because of Prince of Tennis. Prince of Tennis was like one of my favorite Toonami shows growing up, and so that was one of the animes that I drew inspiration for sports for. And then afterwards, it was archery because of, what's it called? It was because of Inuyasha. And you know why? Because I was like, Inuyasha is funny. He's so stupid. I like him. And I was like, if I'm into archery, maybe he'd be into me too, you know? Just like Kagome and Kikyo. I was like, would I be some hot dog boys type if I was into archery? Oh, badminton? The one game with a feather ball thing? I feel like badminton is just tennis light. In a good way. I don't mean that in a condescending way. I feel like tennis ball light, and it was really fun too. The hard part with tennis and badminton and all these other sports was that it's so difficult to play because of needing another person. Like I said, I hung out a lot by myself or with the weird kids, and none of the weird kids, as you can imagine, were very athletic people usually. So I never really got the chance to do a lot of the team sports. Put these away. Didn't Inuyasha get sealed into a tree by a bird arrow? Yeah, he did by his ex too. But he still liked his ex. He still was hung up on his ex for like 2 seasons. No, how many seasons of Inuyasha were there? How many How many seasons of Inuyasha are there? 7 seasons. He was caught up with her for probably like 6 out of... I wish I didn't say that. But a lot of the seasons. I like badminton. I do too! I do too! Like, the thing about badminton that was better than tennis was that it was a little bit easier than tennis because you don't have to like run around a huge court. And it was usually like a little bit less aggressive, how to say. I know it's aggressive because people be turning on tennis just to listen to them grunt. I know this is true. Don't lie to me. I know this is true. But I was never really good at things that you had to work like really hard athletically for. Like definitely not football, definitely not soccer, or if you call that football, definitely not football, definitely not rugby. Stuff like that was out of my league. But tennis, not tennis, badminton, a little bit easier. I used to play hockey and became champion a few times. Oh my gosh! So you're super athletic. Hockey can be really difficult to play too. Like it's definitely what I would consider one of those more aggressive sports because it's like more intensive. Not aggressive like punching each other, though I heard that can happen. Like not punching, but shoving can be really intense. I watched Inuyasha when I was like 6. I don't know how I remember that. I watched Inuyasha after finishing college because I had free time. And I remember staying up for like 4 days in a row, practically, just rewatching all the episodes of Inuyasha. I think I actually finished watching all 7+ movies. Not 7 movies, but 7 seasons plus movies in 2 weeks. Which means I probably didn't sleep all that much. Field hockey? Forgot Americans refer to ice hockey as hockey for a sec. Oh, yeah. I forgot too that there is field hockey as well. Field hockey would still be pretty intense though, right? Maybe it's just me and my unathletic ass that thinks everything sports-wise is intense though. Ooh, let's... I can't believe literally the only thing I'll get done in this stream is the head. I thought I was gonna at least get one person done. Maybe I'm just caring too much about like getting this pretty. Wait. That's what I'm saying. If I make videos, which are probably gonna be Isaac videos, I would struggle so much to talk about stuff because I'd be so into like the gameplay, or I'd be really quiet because of the gameplay. What kind of videos would I make? It'd be a good chance for me to try to make like, I guess, NIKKE videos, but I feel like those have more, like I would have to put more thought into those. And like I said, if you guys have not played NIKKE, I want the first time that you guys really see and talk about or like really get exposed to NIKKE to be good. Ooh, get this. Why not just turn a stream into a video like old streams? You know, for a long time before I went on hiatus, I got rid of so many VODs, or rather I privated them because I was trying to turn my channel into a roguelike channel. And so once I got back into streaming, I actually unprivated a lot of those VODs just to have people have content since I was coming back. And then now that those are up, I was like, you know, I'm already making shorts out of them. I feel like it's boring to have shorts that are, what do you call it? Just already part of the old VODs. Maybe that's just me though. I think a lot about these things and what is entertaining to you guys. Because if, like I said, I value your time a lot. So if I'm going to post or do streams or other stuff, I want it to be worth your time. You know? I like to make things that, or do things that I think will be fun for you guys, but also like kind of fun for me. Because if we're vibing, then I want it to be stuff that we both vibe on. It's not even after hours and we can vibe on stuff together. been playing NIKKE during the pandemic? Me too! Me too, me too! I played, well, not pandemic per se. I got into it last year, which for me was my personal pandemic, I guess you could say. What about new streams? I definitely, I could do shorts of new streams. I just wonder, because you guys have been here for a lot of my newer streams, if that would be boring because you have already seen these. I can make them into VODs. Like, I feel like if that's the case, maybe I would prefer to make a VODs channel. But like I said, I could be overthinking these things. I think a lot. That's why, like, I know I seem like I talk and just let... No, that's not false. Like, I talk and shoot the shit, and I seem really impulsive, which is also all true. But when it comes to content, I think because it's the same way as like doing commissions. If I do commissions, then I want the shit that people see to be good, because it's not mine. I don't have to give a shit. But when it becomes someone else's, that's when I'm like thinking too much, because I want to give a shit. Giving a shit makes everything so much harder. Could bring a new audience. That's also true. That's also true. I gotta go, but have a nice day to everybody and nice streaming, Miri. See you next one, maybe. Okay, no problem. Thank you for dropping by, Turkey. Thank you, thank you. We'll see you next time. I do think about these things too hard. Because, like I said, I think about you guys a lot. After going on hiatus for like a year, I really felt bad that people did wait a year, because I never thought that there would be people who would wait for me to come back. And that was like one of the things that touched me the most. I had such a rough year last year that like this year, being able to meet new people and also have people who have been here before who want to see my content and have waited for my content, that meant like the world to me. So that's why, like, I think really hard, because I want to make stuff that doesn't just make me happy, but that makes people happy. Because streaming has made me so happy. There's stressful moments, but there's been far more, like, happier moments for me doing streaming. And that's why, like, I want to give back as much as I'm able to. I know that sounds really cheesy, but I think about this a lot, especially after hitting 1,500. I was like, it's not like the craziest number, but can you imagine like 1,500 people sitting in a room together? I've heard this analogy before from other streamers and things like that, and I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. But now that it's like for me happening, I guess, I get it too. I want to make stuff that other people would be happy to hang out with me and do. I feel so awkward when I talk about things actually, like, legitimately touchy, like touchy-feely. I don't know how to call it. But I want to care about other people's time and feelings, because it's like if other people have touched my time and feelings, like in a good way, in a positive way for my life. So I want to, like, that's why I want to do NIKKE content, because I want to share things that have touched and like have been a big part of like my life, you know? Because it could be like something really cool for someone else. Lines are so hard. We all here for it. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. I really, really do. There's nothing that could make me regret, I think, my time streaming. There's a lot of things that I've had and done and all this other stuff. Like, the scary part of the modern age is that everybody remembers everything because it will always be archived somewhere, you know? So streaming has been like both a stressful but also a very rewarding thing for me. I always worry that I will do something that offends someone, because I myself am a very like sensitive person, as much as I hate to admit. I remember being a kid and someone called me stupid, just like in passing, just cause, and I didn't know them, and I just was like in tears crying. That's like me as a kid. Me as an adult, like, no, I won't cry if you call me stupid, at least not in public. But it's like, yeah, I do think about like these things where it's like, it is permanent. What I say can and will influence someone or something, or, you know, things like that. And that is kind of scary. Dealing with people is kind of scary. That's why I stay at home a lot. But I don't know. I also feel bad for a lot of the younger audiences because a lot of the not younger audiences, but younger, I guess, well, yeah, audiences, influencers, creators, like, they're dealing with a time where they can't just make mistakes willy-nilly the same way that we used to, where it's not on the internet, so a lot of people will forget, or they won't remember a lot of the stuff. We won't even remember a lot of stuff we did as a kid unless we think about it, you know? I think about it a lot. Like I said, I remember like having a crush on someone as a kid and kicking the fuck out of their chair to get their attention, and I didn't even know I had a crush at the time, you know? Like, there are things we do that are so stupid because we don't even realize how we feel at the time. We can't take it back, though, and I feel like now especially, people will not, like, there are people who will not be able to take back what they say or do the same way that we used to. My dog is eeping and biting my dad. My dog plays by biting hands. Like, he doesn't bite down hard, but he, like, mouths your hands a lot. Slobbery hands. I got just the head done in these 2 hours. A classic, yeah. I'm a complex human being. I can think about these things. I personally can't forget things. Even if I tried, I can remember the color on a bag my grandma lost like 10 years ago. That's super impressive, though. That's super impressive. I will sooner forget the things that people did to me, but remember all the things that I've said or done to people. I think this is why I say, like, I value people's time so much. Like, not just their time, their energy, attention, like, even things that I'm mad about in the moment, like, I can forgive that in the future. Even things that I feel slighted by, I feel more upset about, like, my part in a situation than anything. Like, if I did something wrong, which I always think that it takes two to tango, you know? I sometimes struggle remembering what I had for lunch. I sometimes struggle with remembering what I had for breakfast. So I always have to, like, say it out loud if I want to actually remember. And even then, like, sometimes it's not just that I forget, but sometimes I need help remembering. Merge visible to... I'm sorry, but you're forever saved as P-Dragon. God damn it. God damn it. It's just one time! My mom never forgets anything. You know, that's the worst when it's your mom, especially when it's like you as a kid growing up. I don't remember half the things, but like my mom does. It's because their cognition is different than when we were a kid. Their fully developed brain versus ours was still growing. That's not fair. They have an unfair advantage. I want to merge these layers because I think my head is abnormally large for this body. So I want to make the body bigger. Bigger body initiative. Hold on. Let me copy this. And then I'll get rid of that. And then paste this, which means that now I can merge this to a new layer. Merge selected layers. Yes. And then I can make this lighter. Okay. Now I can decapitate and surgery my body. There we go. I'm actually really scared of surgeries. I've never had like a major surgery, really. But I am extremely scared of having like a major surgery. I've had it before where I've had like, what do you call it? Double eyelid surgery. But I haven't had anything more intense than that. There we go. I've never broken a bone. I've scraped my knee, and that's probably the worst I've had. I pulled a muscle. I have shrimp posture. Shrimp posture? Shrimp posture. I have screwed up English language, but I've never had it so bad that I have to like go to a doctor for it. My mom's like, hey, do you remember that time you... And I'm like, nope, but I wish you didn't. I've heard LASIK is very weird to experience. My mom's actually had LASIK. Did you know that I don't qualify for LASIK? I don't qualify for LASIK specifically because I have astigmatism, and my mom was like, you can't get LASIK because you have astigmatism. The lens won't fit right on your eyeball or something. Man, it's just like clothes! I'm having flashbacks with clothes because a lot of clothes don't fit my body right, I feel like. I just went into a store the other day because I needed new clothes. My washer is still broken, so I throw my wet towels into the laundry. Usually that's not an issue because I can just wash my laundry. But since I don't have my laundry working, I went to go throw my wet towel on top of my laundry as usual, and my clothes molded. My clothes had what I thought was juice splatter on it, and it wasn't juice. So because of that, I wanted to get new clothes. But when I went into the store and tried on a few, none of the clothes really sat right on me. I kept looking... This sounds like such a first world issue, but even though I'm Asian, like Korean and whatever, like I feel like Asian women are known for not having like the most endowed features, and I'm not like the most endowed woman out there, which makes me like worry for other women who have more endowed features than me. But I'm not the most endowed woman, but I do know like a lot of women who are more endowed, and they struggle with this issue more than I do. When clothes fall on my chest, stream dying, is it? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Am I still dying? Wait, let me double check stream here. Let me see. Stream seems to be doing okay on my side. Miri's muted, can't hear her. Are you guys fucking with me? I'm skinny, but my neck is too thick for button-ups. Oh, shoot. You know what you should do, then? There's this thing. It buffered a few times, but it's fine now. Thank God. You know, they have this thing with shirts, like specifically dress shirts, where you can... We aren't? You're mute. Huh? I'm so confused. You guys know when you fucks with me? I get so confused. There's this thing with dress shirts where you can have like a... It's like a keychain. Shut up, lies! It's all lies you're spitting to me. You guys suck. I know that I will fall for anything. Man. There's this thing with shirts though. Like you can put, I thought you were gonna suggest neck surgery. Hell no. I can't do surgery for nothing. A lot of Korean women are known for that like jaw surgery thing. I could never fucking like have it fucking shave the fuck down my jawline and drink through a straw for months. No, I could never. But it's like a collar chain, I think is what it's called. So I'm just gonna draw it on a new layer so you guys can see. Hold on. So they have this thing that's a collar chain where if you can't close your shirt, so this is a collar, right? It can go around. Collar, roughly. Right, okay. You can keep your shirt open, but you can put something here, like a collar chain, and you can connect it, and it's kind of like, it's still kind of professional looking. If anything, I think it looks really fashionable. Missing brain, don't worry. I'm getting fucked with. Hi, Tank It. Hi. So you can have like a collar shirt like that. Does that make sense? It's the 5G sound you're hearing. You wish I had 5G. Yeah, something like that. So you can have your collar open, but it still is like closed, so to speak. Yeah. I have some stuff like that. Been a while. It has been. Welcome back. I'm having a chill like daytime stream right now, but we're still gonna stream later. I still need to make time for lunch though, so I'll probably end in like 30-ish minutes. 30-ish? Yeah. Oi. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was like, where am I in this? I'm getting all eepy still because it's the morning. Hold on, let me have my drink because it has a little bit of caffeine in it. Caffeine. Oh my gosh, if you are a caffeine addict, would that mean that you're a caffeine? Yeah, I hate myself too. All right, let me see. But yeah, when I was wearing my shirt, when I was at the fashion place or the clothing store, my boobs slope forward, right? But the shirt itself just sloped down. So it's like a bag. I look like a paper bag. Was busy, so I couldn't join any streams, sadly. That's okay. That's okay. I'm still here for whenever you come back and whenever you're not busy. And if you get the chance, you could always watch the VOD. And if you don't, that's okay too. There's this thing that I love that Sid says for his streams that are like, if you think my stream sucks, then it's okay if you don't want to be here too. Either way, I appreciate you joining or some shit like that. It's so funny. I'm like, if you think my stream sucks, that's perfectly fine. I'm like, same. Lamau. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I just look like a brown paper bag, like those lunch bags that maybe your mom's put your fucking food in if your mom made your food. Wait. Hi, Tabby, hi! Always nice to tune into your streams. I appreciate it. Welcome. For once, I'm doing an art stream. It's been a long time since I've done an art stream. I actually can't even remember the last time I did an art stream since I focused on roguelikes a lot. I know that I, not muted, but I got rid of a lot of streams, like I privated a lot, and art streams were one of them that I did a lot of privating for. Ooh. There we go. I know what to compare Miri to. She's like a fully drenched dog. So happy after the rain because it got a ball. I'm not used to juggling balls like that, but... Oh my gosh. That is my quote though. Something like that, right? Like, my name is Miri and I'm a weather dragon and I hope to put a smile on your rainiest days. It's always been like that. Yeah. I think it was one of my favorite things that I came up with when I first started VTubing. It's really funny because I can't even remember. It was like a long time ago, but I used to have no last name for my VTuber. So my friends joke that I have a government name and it's VTuber Miriam. Because my name back then was literally just VTuber Miri. I didn't know what to come up with for a last name, so my placeholder was just VTuber Miri for like a year. I'm working on an OC. Oh, that's so cool. Wait, what's your OC like? I just talked to Sid about My Immortal. If you don't know what that is, you got to read it. It's so funny. It's like ironically, unironically so funny. That's like what everybody cringes at because they know, or they won't admit, but they know that they were like this at one point. My Immortal is a fanfic that used to be, I think, on fanfiction.net about a girl who was really into Harry Potter, like specifically Draco Malfoy, and she was like a goth girl, like a teen or like kid goth girl, and she's so funny. Like, I wish he kept it up, but there's still places that archive the story. The storied VTuber family, yes. A big cat girl? That sounds so cute! Wait, I'm already like drawing myself as a big cat girl. Excuse me. Honestly, I think my body's still not big enough. She can always go thicker. Let me just... I'm gonna make her a little thicker, actually. Yeah! I need a... There's like this one passage that she writes about like a sex scene, and I'm like, it's very clear she's never had sex. What was it? I need to find it. My Immortal... Chapter... I think it was chapter 4. They have a whole wiki for this! Oh no, it's not the actual writing. Hold on. I need to find it. And then suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately, Draco climbed on top of me and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top and I took off his clothes. No, it says took off his clothes. He took off my top and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what and we did it for the first time. I screamed. I was beginning to get an O. We started to kiss everywhere and my pale body became all warm. And then, what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was Dumbledore. That's so funny, Jesus. They even have like an author's note at the top that says, author's note, I said stop flaming me, okay? Ebony's name is Enobi, not Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Mary's on thin ice with this one. I didn't even write it! That's not even me! Like I said, it's ironically, unironically funny. You gotta admit, like, everybody cringes. And if you're not cringing, it's because you're doubting that you were ever like this. Nobody remembers this. Everybody suppresses it in their memory because nobody wants to believe they were like this. But I know. Even if you deny it, I know. You read it live? My bad. You know what's really funny about this? It's usually a stream goal for a lot of streamers. Like, it's like a rite of passage. Whenever people have like a donathon or, you know, stuff like that, it's always My Immortal that people read as like a donathon goal. Now I'm cursed with this knowledge too. I'm so sorry. See, you know the phrase, right? Everybody knows this phrase. Misery enjoys company. That's exactly what this is. If I have to know the cursed knowledge, now you must know the cursed knowledge. Miri, I remember every cringe thing I've ever done. I'd never done this. You're lying to yourself. At least, like, if you've ever been a fanfiction writer, or if you've ever been, like, what do you call it? If you've ever been someone who made OCs, especially in universes with other characters, like anime characters and stuff like that, I have a hard time believing that even if you didn't write it, that you've never read it. Like, even ironically, that's like Twilight bullshit. That's like some Twilight bullshit. You can't tell me, like, you know what? Even Twilight, if you haven't watched or read or listened to Twilight, I don't believe that that's actually ever happened. I've never watched a lot of Twilight, but I have watched Twilight. Posting her in the Discord, what did I do? What did I do? Like, Twilight in itself, isn't it that a fan fiction of something? And then wasn't 50 Shades of Grey a fan fiction of Twilight? Something like that? I'm just saying, like, everybody's got something that they're not proud of, but I know that they've done it. Don't worry, you're not alone. You're in a safe space, mostly. Mostly. I've suppressed Twilight in my memory. Well, if you have the memory that you say you do, it's still there. Sometimes the things that exist on the internet really surprises me. Like the things that not only exist on the internet, but exist in real media. It is a part of our history. 50 Shades was a Twilight fanfic, but if I remember correctly, Twilight was based on a dream. Really? You know, I would believe that actually. Like, someone made My Immortal, someone's definitely have made Twilight. What's even crazier about the statement, however, I've never written fanfic, but you read it, right? I never watched Twilight except for clips of the movie. It's wild to say the least. Bro, everything about it, whenever I heard about it, and then when I actually saw some clips of it, it's crazy. The way that he couldn't stand her smell because he's a vampire and it was her time of the month is wild. I ain't ever heard of shit where in modern media that they made someone's period divisive. Unless that changed since then, but I don't know. I do remember the guy having sparkling skin. That shit is so funny. I saw that scene too, and that sent me. That's like how people viewed Sasuke the first time he showed up on screen. Didn't her son get named after the Loch Ness Monster? She had a son? I thought she had a daughter. Did she have two? Maybe I should watch this. You know how, like, people have bad movie nights because, like, somehow people find bad movie nights. It's like catharsis, you know? Like, it's shitty, but so is life. So let me enjoy the shitty parts of life through shitty movies. It's like, I feel like I should maybe make a bad movie night. See, the good thing about K-dramas and stuff like that is it's like watching a bad movie without actually watching a bad movie. It does have some payoff, but it's also extremely cringe a lot of times. Maybe it was a daughter. Stop your opening my memories. If I have to suffer, you do too. I thought it was a daughter too, and that the werewolf boy that shit is so wild to me. I still don't know what I think about it, but none of it is good. I may not know what to think about it, but nothing is good. Bro, I don't know anything about the show. Like, I don't know what happens in it. All I remember really distinctly was, like, the characters were what people considered, like, the hottest of the time. Like, the hottest debate at that time was if you were Team Werewolf, like, Team Jacob or Team Edward. Did you like werewolves more? Or did you like vampires? Would you rather get necked or be necking? I don't know, something like that. I was never like a Twilight fan, so I can't like full-fledged, full honesty. Like, I was never a Twilight fan, so I don't know anything about it. Ooh, titties are coming. There we go. Ugh. There we go. I think something is wrong here. And it's not just me. There we go. I think there would be some kind of weird catharsis, though, to watching a bad movie. I remember being really shocked that Jacob Lautner, the werewolf guy, was the shark boy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. What was that song? Dream, 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 dream. Dream a dream. Close your eyes, shut your mouth, dream a dream and get us out. Dream, 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 dream. That one. He's Shark Boy? Yeah, you didn't know? He's Shark Boy and Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I'm more Team Kristen Stewart. Oh, you're fucked for that too. Alicia, hi! Hi! I joined at Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Perfect time. I'm telling you, Shark Boy and Lava Girl was ahead of its time. It was actually pretty good. Nobody believes it, but it was pretty good. Red NIKKE art stream and popped in. Yeah! Hi, Silver! Welcome, welcome. I'm doing I'm doing a cover with some friends of NIKKE's TT Star song, so Be My Star. I'm really excited about it, but at the same time I'm nervous because singing. But this is gonna be a cover that I'm working on in the future. Wow. 100% a fever dream of a film. It is really good. It's actually so good. It was like, I remember that my crush was never the Jacob Lautner of Twilight. As a kid, my crush was the Jacob Lautner of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Damn, I really did like all the angsty teen characters. All those angsty preteen characters from when I was an angsty preteen. Oh my gosh, wrong layer. What? How have you guys been though? My throat is like thrashed to bits. Wait, Alicia, have you played NIKKE? I can't remember. I feel like it's a game that a lot of streamers would really enjoy. I wish more people played it. I wish I knew the type of game NIKKE was outside of a jiggle game. Because while that stuff is nice, which I'm surprised didn't get me to play this sooner, the actual story is so good. Hope that gets better. Yeah. It's gonna get, hopefully, a lot better. I'm streaming right now just random stuff or like variety content, but I really want to stream more NIKKE stuff. I'm just debating right now still on whether I'm doing NIKKE permanently on this channel or if I should start a new channel for NIKKE. Wait, if I do, I really want to figure it out soon, because if we put out a cover before the NIKKE event ends, the recent one, the anniversary, then I want to post it either on the new channel or pivot my content after posting the cover. Sorry to hear about that, Miri. Feel better soon. Dragon NIKKE, stop! I'm carrying my friend in a game. Good luck. I'm not gonna be P-Dragon NIKKE. I thought about, like, if I did make a new channel, it would probably be like Miri Mizu or something. I'd have to upgrade my socials too. But I really feel like it's a game people should be, like, trying out, especially right now after the anniversary event. P-Dragon Forever Never, please! The internet's gonna remember this! This is not what I want the internet to remember! Oh god. Yeah, right now is like the perfect time. I literally thought the perfect time was gonna be after the Goddess Fall event. That's when all the shit hit the fan. Specifically, like, I feel like people need to try it now because just the prologue just ended. After 3 years, we're only at the end of the prologue. I think the internet already remembers. Fuck, man. The internet remembers all the wrong things. There's so many good things that happen and people always remember the bad shit, like P-Dragon Miri. The fuck? I think because all my early mishaps when I first started streaming had to do with the bathroom. Rating a friend and then forgetting that I didn't stop stream, so people probably heard me pee because I had to go right after stream, and then afterwards having my ceiling cave in the bathroom, so I'm pretty sure pee leaked down from the ceiling. What is NIKKE about? Okay, so I have to share this with you the same time that I share it with Sid, because Sid has also never played NIKKE, and I wanted to walk a complete new person through the first few chapters of NIKKE. That's like how life-changing I think NIKKE is. Wait, let me see if I can find a summary of it. Plot. Goddess of NIKKE. Takes place in a post-apocalyptic future where the Earth was suddenly attacked by unknown mechanical creatures called raptures that destroyed everything on the surface, forcing the remaining humans to take refuge underground and establish the Ark, a metropolis ruled by the central government. The manufacturers Elysian, Missilis, and Tetra, owned by Ingrid, Shuin, and Mustang, respectively, compose the Big Three, and work on converting women and children into powerful, obedient soldiers called NIKKEs to be used as a weapon to defeat the Raptures and restore humanity on the surface. Due to their prominence, the big three CEOs have very high authority. They are, however, heavily monitored by the central government to prevent any hostile takeover. The story is played from the perspective of the commander who graduated from the military academy one day. Which, by the way, we are the commander in this story. We are the commander in this story. Prior to the events of the game, despite this, he performs extraordinarily in his operations and survives various encounters with rare raptor species throughout his journey. He leads a squad called Counters, which consists of the NIKKEs Anis, Rappy, and later down the story Neon. The commander views NIKKEs with sympathy and privately advocates for NIKKE rights, which is illegal in accordance with the laws of the Ark. Outlaws may be sent to the Rehabilitation Center or the Outer Rim, an area fully isolated from the rest of the Ark, and they have formed terrorist organizations claiming to fight for human rights for themselves. There's so much good stuff and like actual deep storylines to it. But there's also a lot of fun too. Basically imagine girl androids. That's exactly how it is. Like, every NIKKE is basically an android with the human brain, but every part of them else is like a mechanical component. Their brain has to remain? Yeah. A brain has to remain because their brain can be corrupted. Wait. It's a pretty dark fantasy, sci-fi horror. Not horror, but like very tragic, very action-packed, very thriller, I would say, is closer to what it is. They do erase memories of NIKKEs. They do! Sometimes they have memory wipes, is what they called it. I really need to share the first chapter, because I feel like what gets most people hooked onto NIKKE is the tutorial level, actually, of NIKKE. Because it surprises them what else NIKKE could be. Ooh. Once I can establish a time with Sid, then I will set up a stream and you guys can experience NIKKE for the first time with Sid and with me. Is it an actual game or a gacha? It's both! What's even better is it's both! They have combat and stuff like that that you can build for if you like the more strategic points. They have story if you want to just focus on the story, which they made even easier now. Since you don't have to have a super strong team to just... If your main draw to NIKKE is the story, you can just play the story mode, and that'll get you through some of the harder levels easily. And then they also have gacha, where you can actually fish for hot women! Yippee! Actually, can I show you? I might show you some of my favorite hot women right now. Hold on. Imagine the realization that you will never go to sleep forever. Well, you can go to sleep. You can go to sleep, but it just is not the same. Like, you don't need to go to sleep. But the thing is, you need to remain some semblance of being human just to not cause your own, like, mind switch, like, so that you don't freak out over not being human anymore. So it is still, like, relatively in that same world. Let me see. Launch. I really like how this is coming out so far, even though I haven't gotten a lot done. At least I started on the clothes, though. I only know Red Hood. Red Hood is literally my girl! That's exactly who I was gonna show you. It's... Everything that I'm about to show you does not prove that this is not an ass game, by the way. Unfortunately, I cannot show you everything, but... I mostly think of her first. That's a good one to think of. It's a really good one to think of. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna pause the lo-fi music real quick. Close this. And then I'll close this. And then share the game. Game capture. NIKKE. Will it share? There we go. Yeah. So, this is like my main girl. Wait, Red Hood. This is Red Hood. I love this skin. This is actually just a skin. Okay, So I have every one of the Nikkes that have come out except for Delta Ninja. That's the only one I'm missing. But this is the Red Hood character. This isn't her usual skin, and this would be her usual outfit. She's so cool though. The animations are so good too. They put a lot of thought into this. I was actually like gushing over this with Sid. They have actual combat here where they have different types of weapons. I think this is a sniper rifle? No. What is this one? Show back. Let's see. Oh yeah, sniper rifle. Scarlet. Yeah, Scarlet's really good too. You can build up their weaponry, or not the weaponry, their equipment. You can have their skills updated and attach like cubes and stuff like that. Update dolls. Like there's a lot of like strategic aspects if you like the gaming aspect of these things. What I also really like as a nice touch is that if you collect your Nikkes, you can see them actually running around in the outpost here. So this is one of the newer ones, Snow Crane. A lot of these have their own animations too. Nikke's not just an ass game, but it is also an ass game. There's plot, and there's also plot. You can also see their character here, I think. Go to the command center. Can I? Yeah. So this is her here, Snow Crane. She's so pretty. They've made so many updates to Nikke that even some of the initial Nikkes, you can really tell the difference between the early Nikkes and the newer Nikkes. Let me see. There's so much detail too as far as like the actual characters. One of my favorites, and this is the Nikke that got me into Nikke, is Breddy. Let me see. Where do I have her? I know I saw her here. So this is again a costume because I love like I've spent money even though I don't need to. You don't need to spend money really. A lot of the people I know are free to play. But she's thick! I love her! If you pay close attention, she actually has veins on her legs and she has stretch marks here on her tummy. And she also has like an insulin pen here because she's diabetic, I think. Pre-diabetic, diabetic, I can't remember. But there's so much like little details to each Nikke like that, you know? There's so much attention. The fucking little... Differences in the early versus recent Nikke game mechanics? I mean, I think there are updates to that, but I mean like... Okay, so I'll show you the newest Nikke, and then I'll show you some of the oldest Nikkes. Let me see. Not this. Search Mint is the newest one. This is the pop star one that I'm drawing on the side here. The one that you guys were like awooga over her bouncing biddies. So this is the newest Nikke, Mint. So this is her here. You can actually see how detailed her animation is too. It's very crazy. There's even slight, like, if you listen carefully, they have the music that she plays in there too. And then let me see. Rappy would be one of the oldest Nikkes. Wait, I should have shown you the chibi. I'll show you Rappy's chibi first. So this is Rappy, who's like one of the first Nikke you encounter. Like even visually it has some updates there too. So very minimal, but it's still really good, right? You can even see here that, like, I'm not gonna lie, some of the ass jiggle is really funny in this. And then her chibi here. So these chibis, even compared to the earlier one you saw, it's very like simple. And it has its own unique charm. I'm not saying the old ones are bad, right? But then you go back to the, like I said, the most recent one, Mint. Mint. And then you go to her view mode. Like these have such intricate movements compared to before, and even the style of the chibis here, they have more, I guess you can say, personality when they walk compared to before. And it's very crisp. Right? She'll even do the animation if you idle her, I think. Yeah. That's so cool. Everything about this game is so cool. I really like it. If you're looking for the gameplay aspect of it, you do have these things here. So the arena... This is where if you build your teams, it would be more interesting for you to build your team against other people's teams. If you know League, it's kind of the similar stat here too. So Diamond 6, you could go to Diamond 3, Diamond 1. I forget what's higher. They do have lower. I can't remember the different levels there are though. I've been kind of hanging around Diamond for a while. They have ranks here where you can do singular teams versus 3 teams. Tribe Tower would be like battling like simulations. I think I could try one to show you. I don't think my team is super strong though. 310, so let's see. This stage is weak against water and more effective with SR. Sniper rifles and rocket launchers probably would be good. So if I go here, I can adjust to sniper rifles and rocket launchers, which are the most effective. And you can see most of my team is built on that. So this would be fine. Go back, and I can start the battle. I don't usually do anything to actually fight in these. I just let it autoplay. This is one of the boss levels, though. So this is why people call it an ass game. They even have burst animations, too. Everything about this game is so cool. I love it. That's my woman. I love her. Miri just enjoys the scenery. I do. I'm so good with not actually fighting and doing the stuff. I'm so good with just watching them do stuff. I build strong teams because I'm not strategically very good at this game. There are, like, the reason why there are different gun types is because different gun types are effective for different bosses. And even, like, having different synergies with each character, you can build strong teams even if you don't have strong characters, right? I'm not very strategic like that, so I just let it autoplay. But already one of my units kind of died, so that's a problem because I'm pretty sure Red Hood was my burst too. They do have QTEs, which you saw there too. Like, this is stuff that you can do if you prefer the game aspect of the game, but I'm gonna die. Let's see. Yeah, so I would say this area, is this the Arc? This would be where you would be able to have more of the gameplay aspect. Yeah, the Arc. They do have your cash shop if you are planning on spending. They usually have special stuff for events, and then they also have like the monthly rewards, things like that. But I really like the idea that you can search for different outfits. They do circle these out, so sometimes certain outfits will be available and others won't be. Let's see. I hate when my DPS dies. It's like, it sucks because you can chain it between your burst 1, 2, and 3. But the problem is when one of those dies, the chain dies. So if you have a burst 1 and it dies, and that's your only burst 1, you're kind of shit out of luck. The other thing I like about this game is that even though it's a gacha, its rates are actually pretty good. So, wait, not this one. And you can preview all the NIKKEs even if you don't have it. But probability info, you can see that because this is a event character, the SSR rate is 4% here. But you also get a 2% for your specific character you're looking for. So you might still get other SSRs if you pull, but you're more likely to pick up the event SSR. Like 4% is really good by itself for a game. 2% is also really good for a game, just for a standard. And you also have the wishlist system. Why is this sounding like an ad? I can't help it! I love NIKKE so much. I can talk about NIKKE forever and sing its praises and tell you why you should play, because even if you are not a fan of one aspect of the game, it doesn't stop you from enjoying the other aspects of the game. Like, you can put down characters that you don't own, and you'll have a better chance of getting these when you're pulling. Okay, okay. I'm gonna stop raving, but there's one last thing. There's one last thing. So they just added this, and this is so cool. They just had an event with all the pop stars here. And because of that, they added a rhythm game. And you can actually play this rhythm game by itself. So even if you are just a rhythm game player, you can play just for the music, because the music is so good. Wait, I'm gonna play just one, and it's gonna suck because I am playing on keyboard. I'm only used to playing on my phone. Let's see. I'm gonna play the song that I'm designing for. So the song that I'm designing for is Be My Star, if I can find it. Here it is. And then I just need to double check my controls. ASDF. And then JK. Space. Okay. We'll see how this goes. I'm scared because I haven't done this on keyboard in a while. A rhythm game is great. Yeah, I love rhythm games too. I'm not great at them. Wait, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Hold on. I'm gonna adjust the settings to see if I can make that a little bit more audible. General music volume. Let me know if it's too loud though. This became not an art stream all of a sudden. Yeah. This is more like a... I feel like the PT Star reminds me more of the old school K-pop. Like, what do you call it? Like, I don't know if you know Girls' Generation, but it reminds me of old school K-pop. So this is like the song that I'm hoping to put on my channel later. I'm trying to convince them to try to get it done by, what do you call it? By the time Prika's event ends. Perfect. Yippee! All right. But yeah, that's enough of me gushing about NIKKE for now. But I do want to say that unfortunately, I need to go grab some lunch. So this is going to be where my stream ends. But I do want to share real quick again the weather forecast for the week. Okay, perfect. I'm a little small. Hold on. Also, my tea ran away. There we go. I have 2 teas! Man, I must be thirsty. Hold on. Oh my gosh, my teas. Hold that for me, duck. Okay. So, I do want to mention that I have another stream later today. I'll be streaming on Twitch at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for Binding of Isaac, which is one of my favorite games. And then tomorrow, I'll be sharing some of my Stim games for the rest of this week. So Tuesday, we're playing House for Alessa at the same time, 5 p.m. I do want to know, on Thursday, I usually stream at 5 p.m., but I'm gonna be streaming at 7 p.m. this time. So this is gonna be the weather forecast. I have a lot more streams this week than I normally do, so I hope that that's gonna be exciting for you guys. Otherwise, we'll be talking more about NIKKE stuff on Thursday because I do still want to talk to my usual time, like the people who usually come to my Thursday stream, since that's my regular stream days, about the NIKKE changes and when that might happen or if it'll happen or how it happens. So for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me for an early stream. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. I'll be seeing you later today if you are gonna drop by. Will you be back later or Thursday or tomorrow? I'll be back later on Twitch. If you want to watch me more on Twitch, it'll be 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And then I will also be here tomorrow. So if you want to watch me more on YouTube, I'll be here tomorrow at 5 for House for Alessa. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good night, or good day, or good evening, or whatever time zone it is. Good time zone. Love you guys. Bye. See you later. Bye.